Hey guys, it's week 2 of our live stream. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is the whole goal of this live stream is to answer your questions to help you guys in your lawn care journey. I've got a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today, but primarily I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have for me. Welcome all you guys that are chiming in early. So we got Cheryl in the house, Jeremy, Splash Myers, all the hardcore, Charlene. Kevin, UNC 97. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. And we have someone from all the way from over the pond, Cabby Hendo from Scotland. So, Cabby, thanks for taking a little time out of your day, or in your case, I guess evening. It's probably pretty late there. What time is it in Scotland right now? I imagine you're probably 5 hours ahead of us. So probably close to midnight, I imagine. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. So Splash, yeah. So I'm seeing here, Splash. You got Splash Myers just said that he just got a California trimmer. I think last week we were talking about that, and was it you that was considering the trimmer or some other mower? If so, just let me know. But I mean, I'm glad to hear that you got your mower and you like the quality, the cut. The only person, Cheryl. I think Cheryl Bender, is also one of the a new reel mower convert, I think, this season, who's also getting really good results. Hey guys, if my audio is not where it needs to be, definitely let me know. I think I fixed a lot of the problems I had last week, but I just want to make sure that my audio is good, so you guys are hearing me coming through nice and clear. Well, thanks, Jeremy. Thanks for the intro. I'm actually considering phasing the intro out a little bit in the actual videos, because I think it's kind of easier just to get straight to the content for you guys versus having you to sit through it. Granted, it's only like 3 or 4 seconds, but we'll see. I think I'll play with it back and forth between videos and see how the response is. Because believe it or not, some people, whenever they try to reach out to me, or they start watching the content rather, if you have an intro, that actually hurts the retention on the videos. So Jeremy, first question: you can't find release 0 at Site One. Call Site One today, and they advise you no one had it. Please help. Okay, so I saw your message, and I actually reached out to a contact I have at Miramichi Green, and he said that there's a couple of places that you can get it. Site One should have. I mean, they may not have it, but they can get it. They can absolutely get it, because I think they are the biggest distributor for Miramichi Green products. So let me see where else he told me. He told me Site One, a place called Ewing's Horizon, CPS in Colorado, a place called FIS in Florida. So there's a couple of different places, but Site One is the primary. So they definitely should be able to find that product for you. It's a great product, and the thing I like about the Release 0. So for those of you guys that are new to my discussions about the Miramichi Green products, the thing I like about the Release 0 is that you get the 10% micronized carbon, but you don't add any NPK to it. So the cool thing about that is, if you already have like your stack, you've already got your fertilizer stack that you really like, that you're already used to, that you're already using, you can add that product to it. And it's just going to allow you to get a lot more out of it. And tonight, I'm going to actually dig into some soil test results between Alex's lawn and my lawn. And I'll put it this way: after tonight, after you guys look at these results, if you're not a believer in carbon, I think you will be, because in many ways, I'm pretty analytical about the way I approach things. So in addition to seeing what my eyes were telling me as far as the lawn looking better by adding carbon to my lawn care program this season, I did a follow-up test from the spring just a couple of weeks ago, and I got the results in. There's going to be a video on that soon, but you guys, because you're on the live stream, you guys get to find out first. You get to find out before everyone else does. So I'll dig into that in a little bit, but first I want to take some of your questions. Hey, Russell, hey, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Cabby, 12 a.m. midnight. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know that's dedication. To be up at midnight to hang out with us is definitely cool. Very, very nice. Josh, Josh says he's getting his first real mower tomorrow morning. Josh, what kind of mower are you picking up? If you get a chance, leave it in the comments below, and I'll throw it up on the screen here so everyone can see what you're going to be rolling with. I mean, I'm not sure. It's a real mower, so it's going to be good, right? Any real mower is a great mower. Russell M says he will be purchasing his first real mower in the spring. Until then, should I make my final cut this year a little higher for the winter? So, Russell, here's the thing about that. I think that it depends. Like, actually, before you before I answer that question, let me know what kind of grass you're dealing with, because I can only speak from the standpoint of Bermuda. I really don't change my height of cut as I go go throughout the season. I'm at 0.70 now, and I'm still cutting at that, and I'll probably continue to cut at that height until the grass begins to go dormant. And then what happens is, like, when the grass starts going dormant, like, I start cutting less and less and less until probably about a week or two before Thanksgiving. So again, the end of November for anyone that's not in the United States. That's when I'll typically stop mowing, or I'll go to like once a month. And the thing is, the Bermuda still grows a little bit, just not very much. So I don't drastically raise or change my height of cut as I get into later on in the year. Hey, Playmate, in Miami, nice to see you. I appreciate you guys commenting. It's cool to see the people that actually are pretty common in my pretty regular in the comments also showing up in the live streams. That's really cool. So cool. A McLean 25 inch. That's a good mower. You're gonna really like that. I have not cut with the McLean, but anytime I hear people mention the McLeans, they're always mentioned in the same breath or in the same conversation as True Cut. So I think True Cut and McLean, they're fairly similar. So I think you're gonna get good results with it. I mean, you can ask Cheryl, you can ask anyone else in here that has a True Cut, and I think they'll tell you that you get really good results with it, as long as the real sharp, and you're taking care of it. You're not gonna have a problem. Alan, so you have a True Cut. Looking at a Real Master. So a Real Master, or what is a Real Master? Is that, you mean the Toro Greens Master, or is that a different type of mower? I've not heard of the Real Master brand. And you're in northern GA, so you're kind of like me. You're probably not too far from where I am, Alan. I'm in northeastern Georgia, the Gainesville area, but I'm sure you're in Georgia. It's not that big of a state, so we're probably not too far apart. So Josh has a question. And I think this is about his mower. He says he's picking it up tomorrow. Should I wait until next year to use it? You could. I would not. If you're able to wait till next year to use your brand new shiny reel mower that you get, you have more restraint than I do. There's no way that I would be able to do that. See, when I got my first reel mower, my True Cut, it was right after I had done my second top dressing. And literally, again, my lawn wasn't recovering quite as quickly because the soil wasn't as good a shape, so it was taking longer to bounce back. And literally about, I think it was maybe 10 days or so after I finished top dressing, I was out there with my brand new shiny True Cut out on the lawn. There's no way I would be able to wait till next year. I would use it. There's no reason not to. So what I would do is I would not necessarily go for like crazy low heights of cut. If you are coming from a rotary mower, say I don't know how high you're cutting. You can also leave a comment if you can. Let me know how high you're cutting your grass currently. But let's say, just for argument's sake, you're cutting at like, an inch and a half, 2 inches, right? You would not, at this late in the season, you wouldn't want to go down to like, to my height, like 0.70. Really, what I would do is, if you're cutting at say 1.5 inches, True Cut will go, no, you're getting the McLean. The McLean will go that high, I believe. So just go cut it at the same height you're currently cutting your rotary mower. And then maybe if you want to work it down like to 1.25 inches, maybe, that should be safe. But really, even maintaining your same height of cut with that McLean, you're going to get a better quality cut. Your turf is going to look better at the same height whenever you just by switching to a real mower, because it is the proper mower, the correct type of mower to use for your warm season grasses, like your Bermudas, your Zoysias, your bent grasses, even a lot of cool season guys. I think you look at Ryan Norris, some of those guys, Connor, all those guys. I think they are using cool season grasses, but they still cut, I believe, with real mowers, and they cut lower heights. So it is a superior way to cut your grass because of the way it just works. It's like hacking off your hair with a knife versus using a pair of scissors. It's just, regardless of how sharp the knife is, you're not going to get as good a cut as you will with a good pair of scissors. So hey, Russell, Birmingham area, nice. Thanks for chiming in. Travis, you're going with a Swordsman, man. I keep hearing about those mowers. I got to get my hands on one. I got to find somebody that has one so I can just try it out. I don't need another mower. I already got two, which is plenty, but I'd like to see, I hear a lot of good things about the Swordsman mowers, and I'd like just to see how they cut. I'm sure they do a pretty good job. Hey Ed, thanks for chiming in on the West Coast, man. So from Seattle, I'm sure you guys are getting lots of rain. And speaking of rain, actually, In Georgia, were any of you guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone in Georgia got it, but Hurricane Sally just recently went through here, and we got a biblical amount of rain. I think it was Wednesday night into Thursday, we got a ton of rain. The last time I mowed, actually, I mowed today. It's Friday, so I didn't mow it yesterday, obviously, but I mowed literally Wednesday afternoon as it was starting to rain. I was that guy, that crazy person out there mowing when the rain's coming down. It wasn't heavy. It wasn't like coming down crazy heavy, but it was raining, and we got a ton of rain. I'm actually going to show you guys the video. Actually, I'll show you guys that. Do you guys want to see the video I shot of what the lawn looked like Thursday morning and versus now? I can show you guys that. I'll wait to see if we get any comments if you guys want to see that video, or I can show it to you later. But I took a video like literally Thursday morning, really early in the morning, probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock, so the lighting's not that great. And then today before mowing, so literally just showing how well the lawn drains once a lawn that's been top dressed and has a lot of sand on it, like how quickly the turf just soaks up all that water and didn't really get damaged too badly by it. Let's see. Yeah, splash, no restraint. I got you, man. Yeah, there's no restraint picking up that mower. We got Greedy. We got Rodimus Prime from South Carolina. Cool, man. Thanks for checking in just up the road. And his question is, so I have Bermuda grass and I'm prepping to apply my pre-emergent. Is it wise to also apply one more round of fertilizer? Here's the thing. So if you've not applied a fertilizer in the fall as yet, I would. I mean, I just did mine and Alex's a week and a half ago. So yeah, I mean, the lawn is still growing. It's still hot enough outside for Bermuda, and it's still doing well. So I would, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to cut back on the rate a little bit, you can absolutely do that. But I applied at full rate in early September. The big thing with your pre-emergent, I'm not sure which pre-emergent you're putting down. You didn't say. If it's Spectracide, the big thing with that pre-emergent, be sure to apply it either early in the morning or right after watering, because for that pre-emergent to work, remember it's a granular, so you really want that the product to get on, to stick to the grass leaf or to the weeds leaf and let it dry on it. And that's really true for most pre-emergents. Most are that way, and that they want to be applied when it's not raining and be allowed to dry. And then ideally, don't mow for 24 hours. If you can wait a little bit longer, 2 days, even better. But you didn't say which one you were putting down. But I mean, pretty much for all pre-emergents, that's typically the course of wisdom. But yeah, you can absolutely put down another round of fertilizer. Actually, tell you what, today's Friday. Sunday, we're about to go put down fertilizer on Tony's lawn. Because of some soil test results we got from him. So he's, we didn't get to his last week, but we're doing it this weekend. So so we're gonna be putting down Proscape on his lawn on Sunday. Jeremy asks, I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on a real mower. Should I top dress before buying one? Absolutely not. No, I mean it's not. I mean, you will get a better quality of, if you want that golf course lawn looks, that really smooth look to your turf, you got to top dress. But even on any lawn, you will get a better looking lawn by using a real mower. Just if for no other reason, the fact that it just creates healthier turf because of the way it cuts the grass. Like there's less chance of tearing at the grass, so it's a clean cut. The grass heals faster. There's less chance for disease. There's a whole lot of reasons to go to a real mower and to use it, other than cost, or they tend to be more expensive. But as far as like one of the best things you can do for your turf, absolutely, I would do it. I mean, if you want to top dress before, sure, you can do that. But I mean, the two are not. One is not required prior to doing the other. So I'm just putting up Jeremy's question so you guys can see that. And then SMK asks, why do those guys who pull the tree out just not plug or sprig the spot with existing turf? That's a good question. You know what? I mean, if I knew now, SMK, if I knew then what I knew now, I probably would have pushed for that. I think the reason why most places around here that pull out trees or do any kind of renovation like that don't do it is because most homeowners would not want to deal with an unsightly lawn for several weeks while the turf grows in. So that's probably more than several weeks, probably a month or two, depending on how hot it is when in time of year you do it. So it's probably just more for appearance, but like I am literally paying for that now. Like a big part of, like you guys saw in the video released this morning, that little bit of discoloration that you have in the front lawn, that's actually a ton better now. And also in the back was due to the tree being removed and the sod not matching exactly what I put down. So part of why I overseed, in addition to getting some of the benefits of those types of grass where they come out of dormancy faster, they deal with cold weather better, they deal with less watering better. It's a better type of Bermuda. But the big thing, part of why I overseeded was so I could get the grass to blend. And it's not probably it's definitely not the cheapest way to go about it, but it definitely has worked. Like in the front lawn, it's getting less and less where you can actually tell where the tree was. And in the back lawn, it's also beginning to spread too. So that's part of the reason why I overseeded my lawn and why I did the entire thing. For more of that long game, as the overseeded seed begins to grow in, I'm going to get a more uniform or more even color. But the problem is that when you first overseed, you're going to get some differences in color, and if you got to be okay with that, because that's just the way it is. If you really want like the best result, kill off all your grass and seed and start fresh. But I'm fine with just dealing with a little bit of discoloration over time, because as you guys see my lawn now, I mean, it looks really good. But the first year that I did Princess 77. There's a video, I think I linked to you guys last week, where it was like the first season where I did it, and when the lawn went dormant is when you could really see the difference between the cultivars. But the long and short to answer your question is, I think it's just they just didn't want me to have to deal with an unsightly lawn, and most people probably wouldn't be okay with it, unfortunately. So that's it. But if I had to do it all over again, I would do what you're suggesting, which is to simply use existing turf. So Josh, 1 1/5 of an inch, so 1.2 inches. Okay, so then I mean, if you're cutting at that height, I would just maintain that height. So when you get your new mower, man, I would just set it for that same height and see how it looks. I mean, if you might be able to get down to an inch, maybe if you want to go a little bit lower, but I mean, an inch, 1.2 inches is a good height to cut. Grass is gonna look good, especially once you start running that reel mower on it regularly. Yeah, so Playman thinks it is a dream machine. I'm sure it is. I mean, I've not yet come across a reel mower that I did not like. Remember, I'm coming from the school of a push reel mower, so anything that runs on gas or electricity, I am good with. Pedja asks, can I get a lawn of my quality? You're from Serbia. Serbia, wow, man, thank you. What time is it in Serbia? It's got to be, you might be in the United States. I'm assuming you're in Serbia. But either way, thanks so much for chiming in. No problem about your English. I totally get what you're saying. You absolutely can get a lawn like what I have. So what I did is, if there's I'm not sure how new you are to the channel, but I did an entire series this year with my neighbor Alex, where we did a renovation where we took a normal lawn and we transformed it into what I consider to be a golf course lawn. His lawn looks amazing in comparison to where it was before. But if you want to know where to get started, go to here. So let's start with this. If you want like the gateway, now I gotta warn you. If you bite off on this, if you go down this path, I cannot be held responsible for the excessive amounts of fertilizer and the amount of time you're going to be out there mowing and people thinking you're a crazy person. I am not responsible. So I'm gonna give you the way, but it's not gonna fall on me what your neighbors think about you. So this, if you go here, so ron-henry.com/quick tips, that's going to link to a 90-second YouTube video that I did that talks about the beginnings of how you create an amazing lawn. And then it links right into the series that we did with my neighbor Alex. It's right now, I think we're up to 14 videos that show the entire transformation. The big thing, Pedja, honestly, is just consistency. The most important thing, the two most important things you got to get right. Fertilizer doesn't matter, pre-emergence, all those things, I mean, they help, but the most important things that you must absolutely get right is you have to have healthy soil. You got to get good soil, like get the levels, your nitrogen levels where they need to be, the pH where it needs to be, and then you got to mow a lot. Like creating great soil, so you're creating a great foundation for the grass is important, but then regular and frequent mowing. Literally, the general rule is the more often you mow, the better the lawn's going to look. That's the big thing. The big thing. So yeah, that's the biggest recommendation I would tell you. You can absolutely get a lawn like I have. And here's the thing, if you follow Alex's series, you'll get there faster. Like it took me, like this is season 5 of Project Golf Course Lawn, and granted I went about things probably not the most efficient way, but Alex's lawn, what you see in that series, that was all filmed over the course of like 3 months. Literally, you see how his lawn looked in the beginning and then how it looks now, and all that happened just this summer. And also in the video, it's going to be coming out, I think not this week, but next week at some point on the soil test results. You'll be able to see some very good before and after pictures that I put in there to help out with that. So, but thanks so much for tuning into the live stream. If once you go through those videos, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. This is my email address. It's ron@ron-henry.com. Because a lot of times, if you add something in the comments and I don't see it, I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you or anything. So that's my email address, ron@ron-henry.com. I do my best to answer email as quickly as I can. So just drop me a message there after you watch those videos if you have any questions about getting started or which way to go with getting your lawn where it needs to be. Janelle from O'Leary, checking in from California, from San Diego. Cool. San Diego is an awesome part of the country. I always said that if I didn't live in Atlanta, San Diego would be where I'd want to live. It's just so bloody expensive, but it's an amazing part of the country. Charlene says you might step up to a 60 volt next year. Yeah, I mean you won't regret getting a real mower. Alan, cutting over half an acre with a swordsman. Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, here's the thing. I push reel mode. Let me see, 12,000 square feet with a 20-inch Scots. So I get it. I mean, but half an acre is a lot. I mean, you figure 12,000 square feet is just under a third of an acre. So what is an acre? About 43,000 square feet thereabouts. So it's about just over a quarter of an acre, about a third. So yeah, cutting half an acre with a reel mower, with any kind of push mower, it's going to be a workout. Oh yeah, we got tons of rain. So yeah, let me show you guys that video real quick, and then I'll come back. So what this video is going to show you guys is, so again, it was just, I took this early Thursday morning, so I apologize for the lighting, but you can literally see like how much rain we got in Georgia and how the lawn looked, and then we'll cut back to this. So check this out. So this is Thursday morning. It's like, again, we get a ton of rain. It rained all night. This is shot about 6:30 or so in the morning. And you guys can see like how much rain is on the lawn. It was literally like a swimming pool. And then today, this is right before I mowed the lawn. So you guys can see how the lawn looks today. This is I don't know, so 28 hours later. It was early this afternoon before I mowed the grass. So you can see how well the lawn drained, which is pretty sweet, right? So yeah, that's how much rain we got. I'm sure Cheryl, and if anyone else is from here in Georgia or in the Gwinnett, so Splash Myers, he was in Gwinnett, he got a ton of rain. Playmate in Miami got a lot of rain. So yeah, you guys, so anyone that put down their fertilizer earlier this week, well, here's the thing. I don't know. I mean, depending on your slope, you may have lost some of it. But if if your lawn is fairly flat to where the fertilizer stayed, you got a really good watering in. But one thing to note about that, you see how quickly the lawn recovered. Like literally, if that, before I top dressed the lawn, that the lawn would have a swimming pool in the back right now. Even like late Friday, it would still be that way. Because the one thing with top dressing, especially when you add that river sand, is the ability for the lawn to suck up water, to draw in and retain water, goes up like a lot. So it's really cool that literally that after video you guys saw, I had done nothing to the lawn. Like I hadn't mowed it yet. Literally all that was the water drained off, and that's how it looked. So it shows you how, top dressing that's another good reason to do it. That your lawn will look really nice, or its ability to manage water becomes a little bit better. So cool, man. Hope you guys like that. Let's see. I'm catching up on the comments here. SMKs that use common Bermuda. You can smoke it out with Splotplex and plug and spring. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to deal. Well, we'll see. But here's the thing. I've already overseeded SMKs. I've already like done. I've already like. To most people who are like in the YouTube or in the Bermuda grass scene, I've already made it worse, right? I've already overseeded, so it's too late. I kind of got to stick with it now. Yeah. So Petra, you asked because the question of vegetation is different. So yeah, let me know what kind of vegetation you're dealing with, what kind of grass, your grass type. But regardless of your grass type, here, and that's why that video that I linked, ron-henry.com/quick tips. That 90-second video is, I wanted to film something that one was super short and super easy for people to watch, because people have short attention spans, and that's something that works regardless of your grass type. So it doesn't matter what kind of grass you have. If you have Bermuda, if you have cool season grass, like getting the soil healthy and mowing regularly are two things that are going to help your grass. It doesn't matter what kind of grass you have. So that's why I only dug into those in that video. Hey, Josh asked, do you put anything down in the fall and try to get ahead of possible spring dead spot? This is Josh's question. So what I did, Josh, is I did do another application of Caravan G. So this is the product that I applied. I'll put links here for both of those. So this is the product, and it's actually probably cheaper on do my own or do your own if you decide to go that route. So just, I think when you say dead spot, I think you're talking about lawn fungus, right? So yeah, to kind of get ahead of that, I used Caravan. I put down another application to Caravan G. Main reason why is not because I had any fungus. It was more so because I was starting to see some ant hills in the lawn, and the one thing with Caravan G is it's both an insecticide and a fungicide. So it took care of that. So I just figured why not just put down do another app and also get rid of the chance of there being any kind of fungus in my lawn. You're very welcome, Rodimus Prime. Travis, how do you like the Arden 15? Do I recommend it? I do like it. It actually it germinated faster. I think the germination rate on Arden 15 is better than Princess 77. We will see, like, as we get closer to the lawn going the dormant, how much it's really spread throughout the lawn. And I do recommend it because I'm not sure if you can even really get Princess 77 as easily anymore. Now that Arden 15 is a thing, like Arden 15 supersedes Princess 77. Like, there's very little reason to buy Princess 77 these days because Arden 15 costs the same thing, and it's a superior type of a Bermuda. So if you're gonna go for if you are going to overseed, and here's the thing, guys. When it comes to overseeding, there's different schools of thought. Some people will tell you, there's a lot of people that will tell you that absolutely you should never overseed Bermuda with other Bermuda. I did it because I really wanted to blend my lawn and I wanted to get some of the benefits of the other grass types. And for me, in my case, it has worked out well. The one thing I will tell you, if you overseed, it is a long-term process, like getting the overseeded, the new grass you put in, for in this case, the Arden 15, getting it to grow in to where it blends enough to where all the color looks even. Like that's a season to a season and a half, perhaps, for that to happen, assuming you're taking good care of the lawn. And for some people, they don't want that. So the best way to change the grass type in your lawn is to kill whatever you have, rake it all out, and then put down fresh seed. Just put down the seed for the grass type you want. That will get you the most even result as fast as possible. If you're kind of hard-headed like me and didn't want to do that, then overseeding is an option. But yes, if you are going to, as far as a seed type, Arden 15, I absolutely recommend it. The only thing about it that's bad is the price is expensive. Like, I think it's like $400 for like 25 pounds of it. And hey, if you guys are liking the stream, be sure to give me a like. It kind of helps me out, helps the algorithm, and lets YouTube know that you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. So if you guys can smash the like button for me, that would be much appreciated. Let's see, DT Ron, is there one product us cool season guys must put down before the last mow? Here's the thing. You know what? The best, not really. I mean, I'd say look at your soil test results, DT. Let me put your comment up here. Look at your soil test results, and then fix the soil based on, or add products to the soil based on what that's telling you. So, I mean, if your soil test results are telling you that you're really low on nitrogen, you might not want to go super heavy on nitrogen to push growth if your grass is about to change. Let me see, for cool season grass, you guys are starting to come out of dormancy, right? Because it's going into the fall. Like, this is your go time. But the long and short is let the soil test dictate what you do to your lawn. Don't just, I mean, you can just wing it if you want, but I mean, you're going to get better results by using a soil test. Soil tests are super cheap. They're super easy to use. The one I recommend is from My Soil. It's from these guys. And actually, I'll put a link here. Shameless plug. So the soil test I recommend is this one from My Soil. I actually got one here. This guy, in case you guys don't want or don't have one as yet. And here's the thing, guys, they're running, from what I understand, I think the guys at My Soil are running a sale right now. So right now it's 10% off, so you can save a bit of money. And I think the sale runs until they were telling me 9/20. So what is today? Today's the 18th. So you got 2 days. 2 days to save some money on a soil test. It's super easy. You guys are going to see the results here tonight, as far as like how easy they are to interpret. And they are. I highly recommend it. So to answer your question, I would let your soil test results tell you what to do to your lawn. It's there's not a magic product that I'd say, you know, yes, you must absolutely apply if you're a cool season guy. I'd say fix the soil, and that's going to go a lot, and then mow regularly, and then all the other stuff like adding iron and, you know, the carbon supplements. I'm a big fan of carbon. I mean, if you want something that you can do to your lawn pretty much any time of year, that is that I highly recommend is get on that carbon life, man. It definitely makes a difference to what you can get. What you can get out of your lawn. Yes, Jeremy, I am still working on the lawn schedule. Most definitely am. I'm making progress on it. I promise I'm going to get it out. I'll actually make a video once it's ready. Let's see. Kevin Jones. Hey, Ron. Let's put your question up here. Hey, Ron, moving to a new house with Bermuda and full sun. Those are two good things. New house. Congrats. And a lot of sun. Bermuda likes that. But all shade in the back. Any suggestions? Okay, so it depends. What is the shade from? If is the shade from the house, that's gonna. I mean, when you say all shade, is it because of like there's the lawn is really small and like it doesn't get any shade, or are we talking about a serious situation where there's a lot of trees in the back and you have a lot of shade? Here's the thing. I will tell you that of all the grass types, Bermuda is one of the ones that really absolutely does not like shade. Like Zoysia, like I think Cheryl, she can chime in here. I think Cheryl has Zoysia, and some of her lawn is shaded, and it does pretty well. But Bermuda, man, like trying to get it to grow in the shade is just not it's not going to work out. Actually, in a video you guys are going to see here coming up later on, not this week obviously, because this week's over. Next week I think is when it's coming out. You guys will see where I trimmed some shrubs around the right side of my lawn because they were beginning to grow over, and you'll see like literally two brown spots where the grass is beginning to die off or not die off, but beginning to go dormant and fall off, starting to thin out because of shade. So Bermuda is really particular about shade. So if you can, drop me an email, send me some pictures of it. Here, Ron at ron-henry.com. Send me some pictures of what you're dealing with in the back, and we can see if we can figure something out. If you're definitely committed to having like a really dense, thick lawn back there, and it's not tree related, so you can't cut them back or thin it out, you might have to consider a different grass type, like something like Zoysia that might work a little bit better. But you know, it depends on how much shade we're dealing with. But yeah, send me an email if you can with those pictures, and I'll take a look and I'll help you out in any way I can. Ron, any thoughts on Blue Muda? What is Blue Muda? Don't make me go look into something new. I don't need to be doing any more renovation stuff to my lawn. I'll have to look it up here and see what Blue Muda is. I'm guessing it's a grass type. So Ron is a supplier. I can't respond to the end use. Yep. See, San Diego is beautiful and it is expensive. Wow, you guys get a ton of rain. Yeah. So Alan, we got a ton of rain. And it just kept coming down. So Cheryl, I'm catching up on comments here, guys. Yeah, so I did mow the lawn wet, and here's the thing. That's one thing about a real mower. I mowed the lawn with it wet. Absolutely, you can, like, a lot of times if I have like a lot of meetings or calls that I have for the day, I'll get up early and get the mowing done, you know, as soon as there's enough light out. So Bermuda, you can absolutely, let me qualify that. If you're mowing your lawn regularly, right? So like, whereas I'm mowing my lawn all like, you know, 2-3 times a week. So every 2 to 3 days it's getting cut, and I'm only taking off a very little bit. You can absolutely mow it when it's wet. You're not going to have issues when it's with clumping and all this kind of stuff. Like literally what you guys saw in that after video, like you saw how it was like a you know, swimming pool back there. And the next day, one thing you'll notice is there's not big chunks of like I don't know, you call them like little like grass clipping beaches throughout the lawn, which you will see a lot of times with lawns that aren't cut very frequently. But literally my lawn was a swimming pool back there, and then, you know, it cleared up really nicely. So yes, you absolutely can mow the lawn wet, especially if you're using a reel mower. That they work incredibly well. Like you get a really good cut in that case. But I qualify that to say, if you are cutting your lawn regularly, I think you are, Cheryl. So if you want to get out early one morning and cut your grass when there's a little dew on the lawn or things like that, you're absolutely not going to have a problem. Again, and by Friday afternoon when I just cut the lawn today, it dried out enough to where there was no issues at all. No issues with the mower sinking in or cutting ruts or anything like that. It looks really good. So yes, Cheryl put down some Milo. Carlsbad. Let's see. I'm catching up on comments. SMK, we only got 3 inches of rain in Lawrence, so I hope my pre-emergent Pre-em that I applied the night before is still bound to the soil. I would hope so. SMK. I mean, I don't know what the grade of your lawn is and how much runoff you get. It should hopefully be okay. It's more when you have a really big slope and you've got like a torrential downpour and like a lot of materials being washed away is when you might not get as much out of whatever you put down. Let's see what Hugh. I have a question here from Hugh H. Munoz 78. He says, Ron, is it okay to add pre-emergent now, even though I plan on overseeding for the next growing season? Should be good by then, right? I live in Arizona with temps still in the hundreds. Okay, so here's the thing with pre-emergent. If you are going to, dude, thanks so much for the super chat, DT. I appreciate it. Awesome. Hugh, if you are putting down pre-emergent, now, the one you use, you really want to be careful of. So the one I would not use is something like spectacle flow, because that one is a really, really good pre-emergent, and it will last, I think, 10 months, almost a year. So you wouldn't want to put that down now and then have to deal with in the spring if you're planning to overseed, because you're going to get less out of it. What I would do if you want to put down a pre-emergent now and with the plans to overseed in the spring, use that granular one that I recommend, the one from Spectracide. Let me see if I can find it here. I got all my links, my useful links here, so I can send them to you guys. Yep. So this one here, this is the one that I would use on your lawn now if you are looking to put down a pre-emergent now. As far as temps still in the hundreds, I mean, Spectracide is a really good one in that I've applied it on my lawn with temps in the 90s, and it's not damaged the turf. So they don't recommend applying it to super hot when the temps are really high, but I've done it and I've not had a bad result. That's why I really like Spectracide, because it's granular, it's super easy for most homeowners to apply, and even when I've applied it outside of the recommended, not necessarily rate, I kept the same rate, but outside of like the ideal conditions, I still got a good result with as far as like killing off active weeds and without damaging the grass, without damaging the turf. So if you were going to do it, that is the one I'd recommend. And also, Spectracide only has like an efficacy period of 5 months or so. So we figure we're September now, September, November, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, perfect. So like February-ish, it should be falling out somewhere around there. So that's perfect. So like by the time we're starting to get into spring next year, it should be completely gone. You shouldn't have any pre-emergent still affecting your ability for your new grass seed to germinate. So if you're going to do it, use one that has a relatively short efficacy period, something like the Spectracide. Don't use something like Spectacle Flow, like any of the really good pre-emergents, really high-end ones, because they'll last. They're designed to prevent germination. They'll last 10, 12 months, and I don't want you to mess up your overseeding project. So hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Ron, is it too late to overseed your Bermuda lawn? Yes, I would say yes. I would not overseed now. We're too close. Here's the thing: you can technically overseed as long as soil temps are above 65 degrees, and you're going to get germination. I would wait. I would almost wait until next year to do it, because really, it's going to, depending on where you are. I don't know where you are, but if you're, like, say if you're in Arizona and you've still got, say, another 2-3 months of hot weather, then sure. But in Georgia, temps are going to start falling here fairly soon, and seed is expensive, man. Like if you're going to go with like Arden 15, like one of the ones that I use, you're looking at like $400 for like a 25-pound bag of this stuff, depending on how big your lawn is. And I would hate to have you put that down now and not get the most out of it. So I would not recommend overseeding now, because we're too close to temps falling and not giving the fresh seed enough time, the fresh grass enough time to get established. I wouldn't go that route right now. Let's see, Tom Durkin, how about doing some test areas on your lawn next year? For example, dividing your lawn into quadrants and applying different products to see how they perform. So Tom, you're asking me to turn my lawn into like a science experiment just for the benefit of you guys? I mean, so I have to deal with like the lawn of different colors and everything just in the name of science? We'll see. I actually got a fertilizer today. I was at my local Central Turf and Irrigation. If you guys are looking for Proscape Fertilizer, and you're in the Northeast Georgia area, go to Central Turf and Irrigation in Beaufort, Georgia. They're really good guys. They had a new fertilizer they're carrying. They call Jackpot. They gave me a bag of it to try out. So I will probably take your suggestion here, Tom. I'm going to find like a stripe on the lawn or an area of the lawn that I'm going to apply just that to, and we'll see how it does. I mean, I've just recently put down my application of Country Club, which is a really, really nice fertilizer from Lebanon Turf, a really good one. But I'm going to try that fertilizer, and I'm going to do it kind of like what you're suggesting. I'll pick a small spot of the lawn, and I will apply it to that small spot, just so we can visually see how the lawn looks. And what I might even do too, just to get really scientific with it, is maybe what we'll do is we will soil test like the broad lawn, and then the area, like the area that I'm going to apply this trial fertilizer to, and then apply them. We'll see visually how it looks, if it looks any different, and then we'll also soil test again afterwards, so we can see, like nitrogen wise, like what the difference are level wise and that kind of thing. So it'll take a couple of soil tests to do it, but it'll be kind of cool science. So you guys can check it out. But yeah, absolutely, it's a great suggestion, great idea, and I'm all for it. And that way, when my lawn color looks kind of uneven, I can be like, it's Tom's fault. It's his fault. He wanted me to make things, to do more scientific testing, which makes sense, because I did some of that this year with the Caravan G testing, the granular product. I'm not sure if you saw that video, but I did do like I picked a stripe of my lawn, a big swath, and I went really heavy with it. And then I did a video and I shot and I showed the color difference between the area where I went really heavy with the Caravan G versus the area where I didn't, with the same watering. And you can definitely see both you can see a color difference, and just overall just how the turf looks. It looks there's a noticeable difference in the area that I did. Russell, you received your test kit today. Nice, very cool, man. Definitely, get a good soil test done and let me know how it works. And yeah, DT, as far as things to apply to the lawn, carbon is absolutely things that I'd recommend. There's never a bad time really to apply that. Let me look here. I got a couple of super chats. DT, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate. Thanks for the great content and taking the question. Have a few beers on me. I appreciate it so much. And Josh, also thank you so much. Cheryl, thank you for the super chat as well. And guys, I really do appreciate it, guys. It helps me, buy gas for the mower and buy some fertilizer. So I really truly appreciate that more than you guys know. Thank you so much for the super chats. Let's see. Janelle O'Leary asks, we planted our lawn in June, Princess 77. Nice, that's good. So you planted, so you went from scratch. I like it. And it's filled in and looks great. Let me throw it up here on the screen so everyone can see what I'm reading. So how do I force deep root growth to cut down on water costs? We don't get summer rain here in California. So forcing deeper root growth. So here's the thing. In most cases, when you think about the way grass grows, it typically can't, if you can suppress top growth, you tend to improve the grass's ability to grow down. So a good product or a good tool you can use for promoting deeper root growth is using a plant growth regulator. So something like T-Nex is good. Something else, another product that also will help with promoting deeper root growth or more established roots is carbon. Again, I'll show you here. Not that I'm trying to sell a bunch of Miramichi Green stuff, but either one of these guys. Let me get them here. Oh, sorry about that. Either one of these guys. So if you're looking for something that is a fertilizer, then the Release Zero, the Release 901C, this has 9% nitrogen in it and 10% micronized carbon. And if you already have a fertilizer that you like, then you can use this one, the Release Zero, which is 10%, as you can see here, 10% micronized carbon. That will also help promote deep roots. So carbon is a great tool. So if you the magic sauce, secret sauce that I would recommend for your lawn, you just did it in June. So you can use plant growth regulator. You can use something like T-Nex, and if you're going to pick that up, here are a couple of links for it. It's typically sold on Amazon, but also Do My Own or Do Your Own carries it. Sometimes they're a little bit cheaper, but check that out. So go there, and so between T-Nex, which is going to suppress that top growth, which is also going to help promote deeper roots, and also adding carbon to your lawn, it's those things, those two working in concert is going to promote deeper roots. I don't have it up on, I don't have like a graphic of it. Actually, I can probably put it up on my screen here. As far as another product that I really, really like, I'm a huge fan of, let me see if I can get to come up here, is this guy. So the Carbon Pro G. Actually, let me stop sharing and get rid of Janelle's comment. Sorry guys, that's not clear. And back to it. Okay, so this product here, the Carbon Pro G from Let's Go, this is an amazing product. I mean, I've been putting this stuff down super heavy this year. The nice thing about this, again, kind of like what I like in my carbon, is it has no NPK. So literally, you can put this stuff down every couple of weeks if you wanted to. So it's 50% biochar, which is your carbon component, and then 50% compost. And the nice thing about the carbon is that it builds up in the soil over time. So it's going to help it's going to improve your turf's ability to get nutrients out of the soil, and also to retain water. So, and the difference between this, so there's two products that Let's Go makes. There's the Let's Go Carbon Pro G, and there's also this one, the Carbonized PN. So I've gotten questions about both of those, and the difference between the two, Janelle, is that they're essentially the same product from a standpoint of the biochar and the compost. The one thing that the Carbon Pro G has is, one, it's made into a prill, so it's easier to put down, and it also has their microbial package. So the stuff that's in this product that I showed you guys, I've been trying out, the BioSpectrum. Basically, when you buy the Carbon Pro G, you're getting BioSpectrum in addition to what you're also getting as far as the biochar and the compost. So if you're gonna buy one of them, the Carbon Pro G is the one I would go with. Now this one, the Carbonized PN, is a little bit cheaper. I think it's like $5 or so a bag cheaper. But honestly, this is going to be more challenging to apply. So, I mean, from a standpoint of effectiveness, they're going to be about the same. But the newer and the more superior version or option is the Carbon Pro G. So this is something with your new Princess 77 lawn. If you want something that you can load up on, absolutely go with this. I think if memory serves me, bag rate is something like 5 pounds per it's a 40-pound bag. And yeah, it's a 40-pound bag, and so it'll cover up to 8,000 square feet, I believe, using the lower rate. I put it down at the heavier rate, which gets you about 4,000 square feet out of a bag. And again, you can go as heavy as you want. Really, cost is just the limiting factor. So that is what I would use with your for your lawn. If you were trying to get you off to the right start and really get you give you the best option to promote that deep root growth. And you're also not going to do anything that's going to hurt the new grass, because T-Nex, depending on how well established your lawn is, you might not want to put a growth regulator on it, because those tend to do a little bit of yellowing. They do they do stress the grass slightly, but the carbon products, you can go hog wild on those. You're not going to hurt the grass. That you're only going to improve the soil, and that is going to do a lot with your new Princess 77 lawn. I'm jealous. You went from scratch. I wish I had done that. That's pretty awesome. Let's see. Splash Mowers asks, can I apply non-fertilizer soil treatments through dormancy? Yeah, absolutely. So things that are going. So yes and no. Let me answer that as best I can. So any products that require like microbial activity to break them down, those you can apply them, but they're not going to really begin working until soil temps get up again. So you can put down like your lime or your sulfur if you're trying to adjust pH. That stuff is fine. You can add that stuff. But like if you're trying to put down like let's say your nitrogen is way off and you're trying to apply like a light fertilizer, depending on the type of nitrogen source you're using. Say you're using something like Milorganite or some of the more organic fertilizers that rely on microbial activity to break them down and make them available to the soil. It's just going to sit in the turf, so it's not going to go away. But you're just not going to get the benefit of it. So depending on what you're trying to apply, Splash, you can do that. It's not going to hurt anything, but remember that it's not only the grass we have to worry about. Certain products rely on soil temps being a certain soil being at a certain temperature for them to be broken down and for them to work properly. So that's something to keep in mind. But the short answer to your question is yes, you absolutely can. So Kevin, all trees, man, we're going to have to either thin it out or do something else. We'll probably try Bermuda. As Cheryl was saying here, she gets 4.5, 5 hours of sun, and that's really good. Let me see, Gail. I got to catch up. I'm way behind on you guys. Gail says she lives in Florida. I have Celebration Bermuda, but new sod. put in new sod, and it's only 8 weeks. And I put it on, what can I put on it to boost it up? Gary, so what I would say is if you've not done a soil test, let's get that done. So you can do a soil test. Go to ron-henry.com/soil test. I'll do that. Let's throw it in the link in the chat here so you can see this. ron-henry.com/soil test. Go there, get a soil test, and throw that down, and then I'll be able to tell you exactly what I would recommend you apply. Because I don't want to just throw things out there. Things you can do to help, regardless of getting a soil test. So if you want, like, hey, Ron, what can I do without doing any soil testing? Carbon. Like, the same product I was just telling you, the Carbon Pro G. This one, the Release Zero. You can put those down because there's no NPK in them. Really, all you're doing is you're adding microbials and you're adding micronized carbon to the soil. So that's something you can do regardless without even a soil test. But I would get a soil test done so that, and if you want, get your soil test done and then send me an email here, ron@ron-henry.com with your soil test results, and I can give you some recommendations of what I would do in your case. But get a soil test because otherwise I'm just guessing, and I don't want. I mean, fertilizer and all these products are expensive, and I don't want to just be throwing out stuff and telling you to go do things just because just out of the blue. So soil testing is what I recommend. Suja, great season this year with your videos. What projects do you have for next year? Next year, one thing I'm planning next year is I'm probably not going to top dress the lawn. I want to do another overseed, believe it or not. And next year, I want to kind of follow something that I saw Alan Hain, the lawn care nut, doing. So I really want to go through and maybe try slit seeding the lawn. So I'll thin it out, slit seed it, and then get some peat moss and cover the lawn. Kind of go full Monty on the overseeding just to see what kind of a difference it can make. So I'll probably do another Arden 15 overseed, but that's probably going to be it, man. I want to really enjoy the lawn next year. I'm not going to go too crazy. Probably not going to top dress, although the middle part of my back lawn does need it. I don't know if I'm going to top dress next year. I don't know if I have it in me. I mean, you guys tell me. What do you guys think? You think I should top dress the middle part of the lawn, the part I didn't do? You guys are bad accountability partners. I probably shouldn't ask that question. But just to answer your question, Suraj, it's probably going to be overseeding for sure, and we'll see what else. Let's see what other questions we have here. Hey, Ron, I cut my Bermuda down to 3/4 of an inch, put a little green left, I have fertilizer on it. Do you recommend pushing more growth even in September, or should we stop? So I would not go. So what you can do, Donnell, is get a soil test done of your lawn. So if you get one done in the spring and get one done now and see where you are. And just do some amending. I mean, I wouldn't, if you want to still apply nitrogen to the lawn, you absolutely can. I did. I wouldn't go perhaps at full rate. You could cut it down because we're getting into the end of September now. So you're not trying to push growth too much, but you still want to feed the lawn, right? So, you want to, let the soil dictate a lot of what you do to the turf. So look, get a soil test done. Look at what your soil test results say, and then amend the soil based on what you're seeing in the soil test results. But if it says, hey, you need nitrogen, maybe go half rate so you're not pushing a ton of growth at this time of year. Again, I applied fertilizer to my lawn a week and a half ago, and I'm about to do Tony's lawn Sunday. So 2 days from now, his lawn's going to get it. Let's see. Ray tracing. Hey, this is August. Just looking through my subscription box and saw you live. Let's see. I'll put it up here. How's everything? My dad is getting the lawn to looking nice. Everything's going good, Ray tracing. Thank you so much for chiming in the live stream. I really appreciate it. We have 47 viewers tonight. And that's awesome. It's new. It's going up. DJ Kid, you're very welcome. Thank you so much. Here's the thing, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the content. I started the channel, in many ways to document my lawn care journey, but also if I made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I figured, hey, if I can share the little bit that I know about lawn care with you guys, so that you guys can get your lawn done a little bit faster. And get better results faster, then that's what I'm all about. So whenever I get a message in the comments or I get an email from someone saying that, hey, I followed your advice and my lawn is better for it, that absolutely makes my day. I really, really, really love that. It wasn't until this season where I thought I had it figured out enough that I wanted to actually take on someone else's lawn. So that's why, like Alex's lawn this year, he was willing to actually do all the work and mow and do everything that you have to do to make the lawn look nice. But it wasn't until this year when I really felt, that I have a system that I think will work well And you know, I put it to the test in front of you guys. Like I didn't hold anything out. Like what you guys saw is what happened. And you know, you guys can look at the results and see what you guys think. But you know, again, thank you so much for watching the content. I really appreciate it. And you know, your questions and you know the stuff you guys challenge me on. Sometimes I get some things wrong, and it forces me to do more research. I appreciate that too. So you know, both comments and criticisms are welcome. I read all of it, and I take all of it under consideration to try and improve the content so I can do a better job for you guys. Yeah, so Ed chimes in and he said that PGRs are nice, but kelp and humic acids promote deep roots in drought conditions. Absolutely. So kind of like what I was saying, you know, so kelp, your humic acids, like so carbon, a lot of carbon products, kind of like what you're seeing in the Carbon Pro G that I recommended are gonna do a lot. So anything that has carbon in it, that has humates. Another product that's really good is the Carbon Pro L. Amazing product, but bring your wallet if you decide to get that one. And again, that one is only at Site 1 as well. I'll show you guys what the bottle for that one looks like, so I can get a good picture of it. Yeah, so right here, I'll show you guys that real quick. So this is the Carbon Pro L is the liquid product, and it's a complement to the Carbon Pro G, also sold through Site 1. Your only place I believe you can get that is at Site 1, the Carbon Pro L. That one has sea kelp in it. It's got humates. It's got a splash, I think there's a skosh of iron in there. It's got some of the microbials. It's a really, really good product. It's just kind of expensive. But yeah, that's a great product. And even though, just to kind of head off, a question I know I'm going to get is, well, should I use the Carbon Pro L or should I use the Carbon Pro G? The answer is yes, you should use both of them, because even though they both have carbon in the name and they both have Carbon Pro in the name, they are different products, or the makeup of them and how they work is different. So you can use both, and that's a great option for adding kelp to your lawn, sea kelp to your lawn. And tell you what, that stuff is extremely potent. It's expensive, but like one of those bottles, a 2.5 gallon jug of that stuff will cover 320,000 square feet, so it goes a really long way, and it is potent. I'm telling you, I wish I could transmit smell over YouTube, but when you crack that bottle open, you just opened something. It's very, very, very strong smelling. So if your budget allows for it, I would consider that Carbon Pro L as well. Janelle, it's a great option. Is it possible to put too much pre-emergent on your lawn? Josh asked. Yeah, it's possible to put too much anything on your lawn, right? I mean, too much of anything like in life is bad. So if you put like too much pre-emergent, like say like Spectracide, which also has like a post-emergent in it, if you put it down at if you went really crazy, like double, triple the rate, I've never done that, so I can't tell you what would happen. But I imagine you're gonna probably damage the grass. You're gonna damage the the grass that you're trying to protect. So yes, it's possible to do too much. It's possible to water too much. You put too much watering with not enough runoff. One, it promotes shallow roots because the lawn gets kind of like water drunk, like it doesn't have to work for it, so you don't get as good roots if you're watering too much. If you fertilize too much, you burn the lawn, and herbicides and pre-emergent are the same thing. All things in moderation. Like you're not going to get more is not always better. In other words, CNR asks, have you heard about pengrass, bent grass? I have not. I can look into it though. I have not heard about that. Question DJ Kid asks. I live in New Jersey near a bay, and everything stays damp and mushy. Just started working on my lawn, but I work so I get a lot of moss. So there's a couple of options for you. If your turf isn't draining, so like you're getting a lot of water and it's just sitting there and it's not draining out, you're gonna have issues, more likely to have issues with moss. If your soil pH is also low, that can also cause issues where it promotes moss. So you may have a combination of those things. It sounds like it's primarily the water thing, but don't count out also being your soil pH being out. So if you've not done one yet, get a soil test done, and that will let us know. A good product you can use is from Scott's. They have like a Moss EX product. I think I've got it here. If not, I'll have to just show you. I'll show you what it looks like. But if you just go to Amazon or to your big box store and you look up Moss, I'm not sure if it's called Moss EX or Moss X. I think it's Moss X is how you pronounce it. It looks like this. It's a green bag. It looks like this. See, hopefully my face is not in the way. It's not. Yeah, this product right here, this is what you can use to kill moss and not damage your lawn. But again, it's really a stopgap, right? If we don't fix the underlying problem of what's causing the moss, it's just going to come back. So I would get a soil test done. If you are looking for a soil test, go to My Soil. They're running a sale right now, and here's a link you can use. It's ron-henry.com/soil test. This one right here, DJ Kid. So use that, get your soil test done, and then we'll see, because if your pH is low, that can also promote moss too. So that's just something else to consider as far as your lawn goes. But let's look into drainage. Let's look into drainage. That's one thing. Make sure your lawn is draining. Let's get a soil test done to check the pH. And then, so if your soil pH is good, your drainage is good, then we can consider this Moss X product, but I don't want to, a lot of people want the quick fix to things. And the problem is, if we're not fixing the underlying issue, it's just going to come back. So I want to make sure we're doing all that, make sure you're doing all the foundational stuff right. And then, then we can start looking at the specific herbicides to knock back the Moss X. Rayon Moore, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Super chat, he says, thanks for inspiring me with great content. Lawn is looking good, contributed a lot. Man, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching the content. Thank you guys for watching. Because again, there's no one to watch. I'd just be making videos to nobody, which I did for a long time, believe it or not. But thank you guys so much for watching the content. It really, really means a ton. It means a ton. Russell M, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Travis Winston, thanks again for the super chat, man. Thanks again. I thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. And then LG's chiming in. LG, LG's that guy in the comments. You have that person. You always gotta watch yourself whenever you're talking, because he's always there to check you. That's LG. If I stray too far off on something, or if I don't get something exactly right, he's one that's gonna get me. Him. Let me see. There's a couple others. SMK. There's a couple of these guys that are really serious lawn geeks, probably bigger than I am, that know a lot about this stuff. So thanks for chiming in, man. I really appreciate it. And yes, I agree with him. Absolutely top dress your lawn. It is, if you want that amazing look to your lawn, top dressing is the way to do it. It can be expensive if you're going to pay a service to do it. You can do it yourself, as you guys saw. If you guys want videos on how to do that, check the channel. I've got lots of videos on top dressing. I show a couple of different ways of doing it, the results you're going to get, the kind of progress you're going to get over a week, a day, a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months. You can see exactly what you have to expect as far as recovery. And yeah, absolutely. Top dressing is something you really, really want to do. And here's the thing, guys. I do all that so you guys can, because here's the thing. Whenever you go to your significant other, let's say for those of you guys that, have a wife, husband, or whatever, or, whoever, whatever you, so who's that important person is in your life. And you're going to say, hun, I'm going to top dress the lawn, and it's going to look like a beach for 4 to 6 weeks. This is not the way to sell a lawn renovation. So now that you got all of my videos, you can show them and say, hey, Mom, hey, sweetie, look. You can look and see that the lawn was really bad, and a week later it looks like this, and 2 weeks later it looks like this. So you guys can show them exactly what they expect, which is it's good. It's a public service, guys. So you guys can make use of that to kind of sell the whole top dressing thing, because it is a tough sell, because the lawn does look really rough for a while. Alan, thank you so much, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. DJ Kid, he was a groundskeeper and started to learn stuff, and videos helped out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Garrett, welcome to the live stream. I know you're late to the party, but thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for chiming in. Really cool. Let's see. P asked a question. What are some signs if I put too much nitrogen on my lawn, and will it recover? I'm assuming you're talking about a warm season grass like Bermuda. The signs of too much nitrogen the grass is going to turn brown. You're going to burn it. It's going to get this really vibrant, it's almost going to look like whenever you bleach your hair. If you've ever colored your hair, and they put I'm not sure if it's lye or whatever they put on your hair to kind of to pretty much bleach all the color out of it. It's gonna look like that, but for your grass, it's gonna look really, really blonde. I've got a video where I actually show my lawn being burnt, what it looks like, and I'll have to see if I can dig that video up here while we're talking and get that to you so you can see. But it's pretty apparent. It's gonna turn. It's gonna have it's going to turn yellow in color, but the long and short is it will recover. Given time, it's going to bounce back. Depending on the type of grass you have, it can take longer. Something like Bermuda, it can be several weeks to bounce back. If you're dealing with Zoysia, it can be, you're talking about like you've given up the entire season, like the area that you burnt. So if you want to see what lawn burn looks like, I've got you guys covered because I did that a couple seasons ago, and I documented it. So if you want to see, there you go, right there. You can see when I burned my lawn, and yeah, I'm sorry to have to show you guys that, but yeah, that's what you can expect. But the lawn recovers. If it's Bermuda, it's going to recover. If it's Zoysia, it will recover. It's just going to take longer. So the big thing is just put it down that rate. There's no reason to really go crazy heavy with fertilizer. More is not better. DT, picking up some Let's Go Carbon Pro G from Site 1 tomorrow. Awesome. Do me a favor. When you do that, let them know that Ron sent you, that Ron Henry sent you. I mean, I don't make anything off the Carbon Pro G, but it's just good to let them know that, hey, I'm talking about their products all the time, and that you guys are picking it up based on that. And because here's the thing, guys, I really believe in the products. I mean, it's the Carbon Pro G, like anything Miramichi Green makes, I'm becoming a really big fan of. Like the Carbon Pro G, I've seen great results with it. The Release, the 901C, I'm also seeing really good results with those products. So anything from Miramichi Green is probably going to be good to go. The Carbon Pro L is a great product too. Miramichi Green doesn't actually make that, I believe, for them, but it's also a great product. Kind of expensive, but it's a great product as well. But yeah, Chris Dada asks, when is the earliest you can top dress? You live in Georgia. Hey, welcome to Georgia. A good comment from Georgia. Go Dogs. Thinking of doing compost for the first time to improve health, and then do sand the following year. Does it make a difference? The earliest you can top dress. You want to top dress your lawn, Chris, whenever the turf is actively growing. So the rule I say is when you have 4 to 6 weeks of active growth left is when you can top dress. So really in like the band, like my climate, like where I am in Georgia, that means like early August, like the first part of August is probably about the latest I would go for top dressing, because that'll give you the turf ample time to still get enough heat for the Bermuda to vigorously come back. As far as using compost to improve soil health, yeah, I mean you can. There's not really it's not a negative to doing that, but I wouldn't do that. Necessarily saying let that hold you back from top dressing. Like what I would do if you're going to top dress, if you can do compost, or if you want to do compost, get the Carbon Pro G, which is half compost, half carbon, apply that to your lawn super heavy, and then top dress. I mean, this year, again, I think this year we're done. I wouldn't do it this year. But that is what I would do. I would do like Carbon Pro G and then go to town, man. Top dress it. As long as you've got 4 to 6 weeks from the time after you top dress of active growth, should be good to go. Earlier in the season is better. As far as how early, I would like for where I am in Georgia, May, mid to late May is probably a good time to get going because the grass is really starting to pick up, heat's starting to pick up, and it's going to come back quickly. But any time once the temps are up and the Bermuda's growing actively, that's when you can top dress. So you get a faster recovery. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers your question. Take a drink every time Ron says soil test. You guys need a soil. I'm telling you, you got to soil test your lawn. It makes a big difference, man. It does. So I'll take a drink, but it's not lemonade here. So. Let's see what we got. Thank you. Thanks again, Chris, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the help. Let's see. Simple Chat's offer says, I just got my soil test results today. Should I fertilize? Let's see. Fertilizer come back. I'm struggling with my backpack sprayer. I can't really tell how much is coming out of the nozzle for overlap passes. Okay, so if you should use some kind of a dye then, some kind of marking dye. You don't see me use that in the videos because one, I spray practically something on my lawn monthly, especially like the carbon products or something else that I've gotten pretty good at doing a decent job overlapping. But using a marking dye is a good idea. I think there's one called Turf Mark. If I can find it, it's so I can dig it up here and get it. Yeah, here we go. Turf Mark marking dye. This is it. This is the stuff right here. So this stuff, if you use this stuff, you mix a little bit of this in with your whatever you're putting down. This is going to allow you to see where you're applying the product. So use a marking die. I'll also throw it up on the screen so you can see what it looks like. So this stuff here is what you want to use to add to your backpack sprayer, to whatever you're applying. Now, one thing about the marking die is it will stain concrete. So make sure if you at least temporarily anyway, make sure that you're careful when you're putting this stuff down near concrete or driveways or things like that. So just something to be cognizant of when you're applying that adding that marking die. Like, don't go hog wild and get it all over the place. You want to try and keep it on the grass. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Let's see. Danger lawn. How late is too late to top dress your lawn for top dressing with sand? And what's the issue that can arise from sanding too late? So I think I just answered that. The how late is too late really in my part of Georgia, like where I live in Georgia, too late is like now, like much past the first part of August. I really wouldn't do it. The negative of top dressing with sand now, if you do it if you sand, say you top dress your lawn now, is it's just not going to grow and it's going to look terrible, right? Because if the Bermuda goes dormant, one, it's not growing actively enough or vigorously enough to recover quickly. So you could end up with a situation where it could take several months for the Bermuda slowly begin growing through. So it's going to look unsightly. That's the big thing. You're probably not going to kill the grass. I mean, Bermuda is incredibly difficult to kill, but it's the big thing is you're just not going to get the result you want, because the reason why you want to top dress is so you can get the lawn to be nice and level, and so you have a nice mowing surface that gives that great appearance, right? A big part of the top dressing mix staying in place is the grass growing through it. So you lay some top dressing mix down on the turf. And when the grass grows through, the grass holds onto the top dressing mix. It holds onto the soil, right? Onto that material you're putting down. So if you go really heavy and if you go really heavy and it's too late, like the grass can go dormant, one, it's going to look kind of bad. And it's if you get super heavy rain like we got in Georgia Wednesday and Thursday, you might have more issues with runoff and losing it. So it's not going to do any permanent damage, but you're just not going to get I think the result you're really after. And given how much work it is, or if you're paying someone to do it, how expensive it can be, you want to make sure you're doing it at the optimal time. Simple Cash, get a blue dye to add to the sprayer. There you go, Cabby. So Cabby kind of chimed in there as well. Let's see. Alan asked a question. Have you tried any products from Anderson's, Humic DG, PG Complete, etc.? I have not. I've not tried any of the Anderson's product. I would, but the thing is, I've a lot. Their products are. I think Anderson's makes some really good products. I've just not tried any of them, and I'm getting a lot of what's in their products for the products I'm using from Miramichi Green and from Lesco. So at this point, I don't have a huge reason to do it. Plus, when I looked into some of their carbon, a lot of the carbon products they have that have carbon in them also have NPK. So what I'm looking for in a liquid is like this is the magic for me. Like something that has the carbon but that has no NPK in it is a goal, as a godsend for me, because I would like to be able to do my soil amendments, the carbon soil improvements, independent of having to worry about having to put down a bunch of nitrogen or some other macronutrient in the lawn. So that's why I kind of stayed away from those. I don't have anything against their products. I've just never used any of them. And what I'm using right now seems to work pretty well, but I'm open to trying anything. I'd give their stuff a shot at some point. Let's see. Tony Reese asks, hope that answered your question, Alan. Tony Reese asks, when is a good time to overseed with perennial rye? I live in Georgia. Around now, if you're going to do it. I have not overseeded my lawn with rye. Actually, it's still probably a little bit warm right now. You probably want to wait till October. I don't overseed my lawn with rye for this reason. Even though in theory it sounds like a good idea, and I kind of covered this last week, but I'll go into it again. When you put rye down on your grass, you overseed your Bermuda with rye. The idea is that during the winter time and the spring or early spring, I'll have like green grass. And it's gonna look really cool. And yes, technically you will. But the thing that most people don't realize is the transitions from the Bermuda going dormant and the rye becoming active, it's going to look really weird and unsightly because not only you're dealing with different colors, you're dealing with different, like the grasses look different. They look very different. And the overseeding, like the rye growing in, the Bermuda going dormant, isn't the worst part. The real issue you have is really more in the springtime, right? So when you're trying to get rid of the rye, and because you want the Bermuda to grow in, you can put herbicides down, like a selective herbicide, to kill it off. But really now when the Bermuda's trying to come out of dormancy, you've got two grass types. You got one that's still kind of actively growing, and you got one that's trying to come out of dormancy, and the two are competing for resources. And then as far as like herbicides you can apply, and other products you can apply, like things that will work for Bermuda won't necessarily work for rye. So you gotta, it's just and the big reason for me is this doesn't look good. It looks really sweet, like when the Bermuda's all dormant and it's only rye. But when you're transitioning, particularly in the spring, it doesn't, from my eye anyway, I don't like the way it looks. And plus, you got to mow all the time. You got to mow in the wintertime, and I don't really want to mow in cold weather. So there's that too. But the time to answer your question, around now or into early October would be a good time to go overseed with rye if you want to do that. Again, I just tell you why I don't do it, but there's a lot of people that like to do that and they get good results with it. So it just depends. Russell M, I missed it. What's the link to Site One? Site One, the thing with Site One is they primarily sell to lawn care professionals. So ordering online really isn't easy to do with them. Really, you just want to find a local Site One store. Just go to like site1.com. If you throw that in Google, like Site One, there's probably one nearby you, and then just go into store and they will normally give you a break on the pricing, or if you talk to them and ask them, they can give you like some kind of a discount on the pricing, because a lot of times the pricing they have on the website is like full retail, and a lot of times in store you can get it at a slightly better price depending on who you talk to, and depending on how much you're buying and what you're buying. But yeah, so I don't have any links to Site One in the chat because honestly you're not going to be able to order anything online there per se. The best thing is just to go into their stores, and they're all over the place. They're all over the place. It's pretty. I'm a big fan of Site One. Big fan of Central Turf and Irrigation too. Those guys are awesome too. If you're in the Northeast Georgia area, check them out for your Lebanon turf fertilizer needs. Like not to go on a rant here, on a sidebar, but like if you guys are trying, like the ProScape fertilizer, the one I use on my lawn and Alex's lawn, and that Country Club, which is an amazing fertilizer. It's not cheap, but it's incredible. I'm looking to the guys at Central Turf and Irrigation. They can get it to you. They carry Lebanon turf fertilizer, so really good stuff. So we got laser marking dye. Let's see, we got here RH Winchard. I've been watching you since summer initially because you have sloped lawn and use a real mower and have learned a lot. You turned me to Site One and Google it. Oh, cool. Thanks, man. I'm glad that it was useful. I'm glad that the video on mowing on a slope is something that you found helpful. Because here's the thing, mowing on a slope it's a science to it, especially until you get that lawn nice and smooth. Like really, I found, some people may get different results, but I found going diagonally tends to get the best result. Least amount of scalping. Like that's the way that I would do it. And now as you get your lawn smoother and smoother and smoother, you can get away with going lengthways to an extent, depending on your grade. But really, the best result, the least amount of scalping you're going to get, is by going diagonally, because just physics. You're just distributing the weight more evenly over as much grass or as much turf as possible. So you're going to get a better cut, and it's going to less chance of like having high or low spots. So cool. Dimmy says, so I scalped my Bermuda in North Texas a few days ago. Are you crazy? No, not really. Depends on where in Texas you are. North Texas is you're probably about to start. I'm not sure the temperatures are where you are, but yeah, it's gonna bounce back. Bermuda, as far as a lawn to learn on, or type of grass type to learn on, Bermuda is like V1. Like Zoysia and some of the other ones, you got to be kind of careful because you can, like, a mistake, an oopsie with Zoysia will be like an all-season oopsie. With Bermuda, you scalped it. It's probably gonna be fine. I don't know how much of a scalp you did, but I think I've got a comment from a viewer that I responded to earlier today. I forget his name. He may be in the live chat now, but he scalped his lawn like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and it's already come back and it's nice and green. It looks great, he says. So you didn't hurt the grass. It's not the ideal time to scalp, but you're not going to hurt the Bermuda doing it. It'll bounce back. There's enough heat left that it should still come back nicely. Yep, Alan. Yep, I agree, man. You want that 2 to 3 month break in mowing. Yeah, because I mean, you think the next thing about that is, I can take the Greensmaster in, the True Cut in, and I can get them like all tuned up, get them sharpened up, and just put them into bed and let them just sit in the garage, and I can relax until till spring. Well, that's not really true because I still mow once a month, but I don't have to get up there all the time because it's just for me. I don't like cold weather, and so mowing, weekly in the in 30-degree, 40-degree weather would not be fun. I do not call that fun at all. Yeah, real mowing service. Got caught up here. Chris Dada asks, do you know of a place in Georgia that will pick up and do on-site cow trimmer? Don't hold me to this. I think Real Works will pick up. I think so. I think Real Works in Brazelton will pick up your mower, and they'll service it and then return it. And granted, you're going to pay for that, but I believe they'll do it. And then also, yeah. And then Alan just chimed in. Peachtree Mowers in Duluth will do it. There's another. If you can take it, you can take it to Keystone Rental in Duluth, Georgia. They're also a really good company, really good set of guys there. They do a great job. And yeah, so yeah, that would be where I would go for getting your mower taken care of. Yeah, ice scalp tend to goes in Western Tennessee. I did expect this cold front. Cool. So guys, yeah, so let me show you guys now. I think I'm caught up on the comments. Let me show you guys the soil test results because I'm always talking about Demi. Thank you so much for super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. I talk to you guys all the time about carbon, and you're saying, well, how do you really know? I show you guys visually that, carbon can make a big difference. But now I've got some soil test data that in my mind really also shows as well too. Let me answer Josh's question. Ron, what is the cost of your yearly service for your mower? What do they do? So I've not had the Greensmaster service yet for this before because I got it this year. So I don't know what that's going to cost. The cost for a yearly service of my True Cut is right at $200. They take care of the reel so that they'll sharpen the reel, grind the bed knife, do whatever they need to do to make sure that's sharp, cuts paper, does all that good stuff. They pressure wash the mower, they change the oil, they change the spark plug. I mean, when it comes back to me, it looks like a brand new mower. So I can only speak for Keystone in Duluth, Georgia. They do an awesome job. Like literally, you give them your mower, they're going to pressure wash. They're going to make sure it comes back looking right. I mean, they take care of everything. So I think getting a reel done, a reel sharpened is around $100 thereabouts. So you tack on another 100 for an oil change, pressure wash, lubrication, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, you can probably do a little cheaper yourself, but these guys do a great job, and then I don't have to fool with it. Like literally, I get my mower back, and I'm good to just run it all season. So really, hopefully that helps out. So let me get into what I was going to show you guys as far as before and after. So you guys know I did my soil test, the first one I showed you guys in the video earlier this year in June, right? And then I did a follow-up one a week and a half ago. So I'm going to show you guys that now. Let me bring up my before and after, and it's story time. Let's go here, and we will go to preview. Bam, there we go, cool. Hopefully you guys can see that. So what you've got on the screen here are my soil test results for done 3 months apart this year. So the first one here on the left are showing my results in the middle of June, and then over here on the right is showing my results taken just a few days ago, like last week or whatever. So really, I guess a good testing, 3 months apart. So what I've done since then, right, is that I did apply the Country Club fertilizer, which has no potassium in it at all, right? After I did this fertilization in June, which you guys are seeing here. But one thing I've also been doing is I've been loading up on the carbon. So I've been using the Carbon Pro G, I've been using the Carbon Pro L, I've been using these products from Miramichi Green, like the Release Zero, the micronized carbon. And so one of the benefits of carbon, and you always hear about this, is one of the benefits of carbon is that it's like, they call it liquid aeration, and then it mines or makes available nutrients that are in the soil, right? So one thing that's about this that's cool is you look at my results for the most part, right? I didn't do anything that really adds a ton of iron to the lawn, but if you look at my levels, let's look here first at iron. Like before, my iron was already pretty high at 24.59. So I was high on iron in June. But if you look at my iron here over on the right now, so I can highlight that, hopefully you guys are seeing that. I'm moving my mouse around in this area. You can see my iron now is showing at like 53. So it almost doubled, and I didn't put down anywhere near enough iron to cause that. Right? But you say, well, that could be a fluke. You know, Ron, you're doing T-Nex, and when you do your T-Nex, you're adding Brand Supreme Green. Brand Supreme Green has some iron in it. That could be it. But here's the thing. Here's one thing that is an excellent, something that's excellent, really shows the power of carbon. So look at my phosphorus levels for June. So if you guys are seeing that, like right around here, my phosphorus levels were like 10.78, right? So right down the middle, right in the acceptable range. Phosphorus is right where it needs to be, right? Now look at where the phosphorus went just in September. Now, mind you, none of the fertilizers I use, none of my fertilizers contain any phosphorus in them. They don't contain any at all. But yet my phosphorus went from an optimal level to high. It went up, so I was at 10.78 before, and I went to 18.3. I went up like 8 points. And that in my mind is due to the carbon, because pretty much what it's doing is it's freeing up, it's making available a lot of what's already in the soil. So, one of the things you always hear about with carbon products, and I think Anderson says this, Miramichi Green says this, Lesko says this, they also, if you apply these products, you get more out of your fertilizers, you get more out of what's already in the soil. Guys, this is the data that shows that. My lawn looked better. It definitely looks better. But this data here, especially around the phosphorus, when I know there's no phosphorus I put down in the lawn at all, like nothing I applied to the lawn in the last 3 months has any phosphorus in it. And you can look at what the levels did, on everything pretty much across the board. It went up. My nitrogen went down a little bit because I hadn't fertilized. I hadn't done my fall fertilization as yet. But if you look at like the levels for my other macronutrients, they've gone up. Look at the zinc levels too, right? So zinc, there's nothing that I apply that has any zinc in it really. My zinc was low in June. I've been loading up on the carbon. If you look at what the results are now they're in the optimal level. So they went up, they went up enough to become better, to get into the optimal range. And I attribute a ton of this, what I'm seeing here, to the carbon products. So if you are looking for hard and fast data, in addition to visually, looking at the lawn looks better to me. You guys have seen my lawn before. Those of you guys have been following me for several years, I've gotten tons of comments saying that this is the best the lawn's ever looked. So visually, my eyes are telling me this stuff's working. But now I actually have the data, which I'm sharing with you guys now, to show how it's working, because the phosphorus has really jumped out at me, because I don't, again, I didn't apply anything that has phosphorus in it, and you look at the results, the phosphorus levels have gone up, and so that is that carbon and the humic acids, the humates, all those things, all those products that are just literally focusing on enhancing the soil health, releasing what's in the soil and making it available to the turf grass, and that's pretty awesome, guys. So hopefully you guys are digging that. If you look at Alex's lawn, because you could say, well, Ron, that's just your lawn, right? Take a look here at Alex's lawn, and it's the same thing. So if we look at Alex's lawn in June, so we started in June, 6/16, done the same day. His soil test, same thing, done on 9/14. You can see here, Alex Lee lawn right there. This is Alex's lawn, and then this is the fall test. If you look at all of his levels, his lawn was not, let's just say that whenever, the Fix My Ugly Lawn series started up, and when your Fix My Ugly Lawn series started up, and we started taking on Alex's lawn. Actually, hang on a second. Let me get rid of that comment real quick, because it's messing with that. There we go. And back to this. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So all his levels were super low. You couldn't, if you look here across the board, it was low. Everything was I'm surprised the grass was growing. Let me see. Sid Siskar, I got the soil test from My Soil. You can get it right here. And if you get it using that link, you're going to save 10% up until Sunday. So go ahead and pick one up, pick up a probe if you need a way to get the soil out of the ground. But yeah, that's where I got it. These are results from My Soil, and this is why I like My Soil, guys, because you see how easy it is to visualize this stuff. But again, going back into Alex's lawn, you see all his levels are super low. We applied a starter fertilizer, one that I got from Central Turf and Irrigation. It was like an 1824 something. I forget what the potassium was, but I know it was an 1824. So we applied that to his lawn, and you look here now, guys. Like 3 months later, look at his levels. All of his macronutrients are right down the money. They're looking really, really good. His soil pH stayed about the same. And look at his iron. His iron is kind of like mine. You're seeing the same kind of results. Like his iron was before like 1.53, like the grass. I'm surprised. Again, surprised he even had green grass, and it's shot up to 43.67. So like one thing with carbon, I guess I'm not sure if it's just more sensitive, but like that is one element or one micronutrient that carbon seems to really make available to the turf grass, which again helps with that, helps you get that really deep green. So here's the thing, guys. You could say it was a fluke if you just looked at my lawn, but this is two lawns. Like my lawn is one thing that's been babied. His lawn is one you guys saw the entire transformation. And again, here's the data. I mean, this is all going to be summarized in a video that I've already filmed that's going to be released sometime, I think not next week, but the first part of the following week, where I walk through like Tony's lawn, my lawn, his lawn, all this data. But again, because you guys are on the live stream, you guys get it before anybody else. See, this is why the live stream is good to tune in on, guys. You get to see all behind the scenes thing, the stuff I'm working on. But hopefully this shows you guys that that carbon, there is something to it. Like in my mind, it definitely, you can visually see the difference, but there's also hard, fast data that shows that it does make available whatever's in the soil, and whatever you put down. So like if you're putting down fertilizer, you're going to get more out of it. You put down iron, you're going to get more out of it. So it's something that's really, really worth considering and adding to your lawn care program. So that's something I definitely absolutely wanted to share with you guys. I know you guys, I figured you guys would geek out on it. Like I got, when I was looking at the extension, like looking at my results, I was like, "Woo, this!" I was having a party. It was really, really cool. You guys probably aren't as excited about this as I am, but it's nice to be able to say that, hey, other than just visually, also I've got like data, hard, fast data to be able to say that when I tell someone to get, add carbon to their lawn care program, that it's good advice, because like you've got hard, fast data showing the kind of results that it can make. Let's see what we got here. So back to the questions. Oh, you're very welcome, Sid. Let me know once you get your soil test results if you have any questions about what to apply and what to do. Let's see. So we got a question here from Christopher Mendoza. He says, in your opinion, when is the last time temperature for the last application of fertilizer? I've been using 1704 Pro Pete. I live in Central Texas. Temperature-wise, again, Chris, I'm assuming you're using a warm season grass. Right around now, like September, early September, is a safe time. I would not push a lot of growth when the grass is trying to go dormant. I just wouldn't. So, Bermuda begins to get unhappy once soil temps get below like 60 degrees. When they start to go below 60 degrees into the 50s, growth begins to slow down quite a bit. So once you start seeing things trending, I would not push a heavy fertilizer application. If you look at like the Milorganite recommendations, I think they have you fertilizing like fairly late into the year. So the big thing is you can fertilize, but I wouldn't try and push a lot of growth when the lawn is trying to go dormant. So if you're, again, the best way to answer your question is honestly get a soil test done, look at the data, and then add products to the soil, add fertilizer, add the right blend of macronutrients to the soil to help fix it. But I mean, I wouldn't hit the lawn heavy with a heavy dose of fertilizer with nitrogen, late into the season. Around now is fine to do an app. Again, a week and a half ago, I did a full application of my lawn because I fully expect it to still be growing into October. But that's something to consider. But again, get a soil test done. Look at the soil test results. If you need help with interpreting the soil test results, feel free to drop me an email here, ron@ron-henry.com, with the soil test results, and I will look over them with you, and I'll give you some recommendations of what I would do based on what your soil is saying to us. That's what I would. I feel pretty good about doing that. No problem whatsoever, Chris. So hopefully that. Hopefully that helps out. You can also apply. You can also reply to any of my videos. Again, if I do my best to read all comments. I read all comments. I do my best to reply to all comments. But the thing with the way YouTube works is once you get past a couple of days, so like once you get like 3-4 days from a video, like they stop, like the like update comments or replies don't show up in my app that I get to see, that shows all the comments that are being put on my channel. So if you ever comment or ask me a question on the YouTube comments and I don't answer within like 2 days, then feel free to email me, ron@ron-henry.com. It's not because I'm ignoring you, I just didn't see it. So, I do my best to answer every single comment because one, you guys are taking some time out of your day to watch the content, and the least I can do is answer your questions. So I really appreciate it. Let's see. We have a question from Wind Chariot. What is the latest fall date to apply Caravan G, and do I reapply in the spring? You can apply Caravan G. Because it's not a fertilizer, you can apply it whenever you want. I mean, I'm going to be applying it probably into late October, like right before the grass goes completely dormant. I'm gonna be putting it down. Like I literally just bought, so I've got like 4 bags of it that I just went to site one today. Got 4 bags sitting in the back of the Highlander. That's gonna go down maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Sunday for sure. So you can because it's not a fertilizer, and because what you're doing is you're putting a product into the soil to improve the soil's ability to retain water, to retain nutrients, and to make those nutrients available. It's different. You don't think about like carbon as like the same way you do fertilizer. And the thing with Carbon Pro G, that biochar, it builds up in the soil. So it's not like a good example, like you apply like a liquid fertilizer, like take like the Brand Supreme Green, right? The one you guys see me use a lot. Like that's gonna work for like a month, right? So you're gonna apply that, you're gonna get the 9% nitrogen hit to the lawn, the iron green up, and the lawn's gonna look really great for about a month, and then it's gonna go away. Granular carbon is not that way. It builds up in the soil, like the biochar builds up in the soil, and it continues to work year after year. It lasts a really, really long time. So that's why, like, if you can pick, if you're on a tight budget and you can do only one thing, like I am a big fan of the Release Zero and the 901C. Like I really like these. These are really good products. But if you can do like one thing, go for the granular, because the Carbon Pro G has the compost, it has the biochar, and it also has this stuff. It has the microbials that are in the biospectrum. So you're getting like a really, really great combination product with that Carbon Pro G, and it's not that expensive. Like you guys are going to pay like $30 for a bag of it, and a bag covers 8,000 square feet or so at the normal rate, or if you're applying it at the Ron Henry rate, you're going to get 4,000 square feet out of it. So, depending on which way you're going to go, you can apply it at either rate. It's not a case where you're going to burn the grass if you go heavy. Really, the only limiting factor to Carbon Pro G is really your wallet, like how much money you really want to spend on it. But I mean, it's a great product, and it's many ways like an investment in the health of your soil, because it builds up and you continue to see benefits over time. It's not like regular fertilizer where you put it in, the soil chews up or uses up whatever you put down like fertilizer, and then you've got to replenish it. It's something that continues to work in the soil. Okay, let's see. Oh, Sunny Bermuda, yo, what's up, man? Thanks for chiming in, dude. So if you guys are not following Sunny Bermuda's content, he's putting on a lot of really great content. Definitely be sure to check out his channel. Yeah, man. I am a big, like you, man. I'm a big fan of carbon. So yeah, man. Thanks for chiming in and for coming into the live stream. Let's see. Yep. At Sunny Bermuda, at Mo Real Low here. Hey, man. Guys, yeah. Thanks for checking in. So we've got a bunch of lawn YouTubers checking in. Cool. Let's see. Agreed. Milorganite is nice to put down. Comment from Dimmy is good to put down during transition seasons. I agree. See, that's the thing. A lot of people hate. Let's talk about that for a little bit. A lot of people hate on Milorganite, and I agree that it is expensive. It is expensive for what it is. Like you're paying right now close to $17 a bag, and a bag of it at rate only covers 2,500 square feet thereabout, or 5,000 square feet if you're in Florida. But in Georgia, you get about 2,500 square feet out of it. But the nice thing about Milorganite is it's organic, and that it's completely organic, and that it adds. It's a nice organic way to add iron to your lawn, and it breaks down over time, and it's a very slow release fertilizer. It's not going to damage your lawn. A lot of people recommend a lot of other products, and there are superior products to Milorganite. Like I personally think like the fertilizers that I'm using from Lebanon Turf, and then some of the other fertilizers that are blends where they have like organic component and a synthetic component are probably superior. But as far as a product that you can apply to, I can tell anybody, hey, go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, get you a couple of bags of Milorganite, or if you can't find it there, get on Amazon, order you a couple bags of Milorganite and put it down at rate, and not worry that I'm going to give them a product that's going to damage their lawn. That's the bill it fits, and does a great job. I mean, you get really, really great results out of it. You get a nice deep green, and it's a great product. The only negative I'd really say about Milorganite these days is that it's kind of expensive now for what it is. And if you have a bigger lawn like me, an application of Milorganite now would cost me like $120 per app. That's a lot. Versus if I go out and I buy like that fertilizer from Lebanon Turf, the one that I really like, the Country Club, which is it's an exotic fertilizer. It's one that's used on golf greens. It's really really nice fertilizer. It's got like sea kelp in it. It's got humic in it. It's got a really tight prill size, so it gets down into the canopy, through the canopy into the soil. I mean, it's a really, really baller fertilizer. It's like $50 a bag. You know what I mean? So I can get like two. It's like one bag will cover my entire lawn. So I can do like 2 apps of that, of a product that is arguably better than Milorganite in pretty much every way. But you got to be careful. You can't go crazy heavy with it. You need to apply it at the correct rate. You need to pay attention to what you're doing, and it's harder to find, right? So that's why Milorganite, I'll always recommend it, because people can always find it and you get good results with it. Sid says, I'm thinking of putting a 1010 down at this time as the last fert of the year at Bermuda. Good idea? Sure. It could be. The big thing I'd say is get a soil test done. Everyone take a drink. Ron said soil test. Get a soil test done, because I'm not a huge fan of people putting phosphorus into their lawn unless there's really a need for it, right? So like if you told me you're putting down like a 10-0-10, sure, why not? I mean, if you're just putting a 10-0-0, sure, fine. Because the lawn Bermuda is going to consume that nitrogen, like it's going to actively use that while it's growing. But phosphorus is one of those things that can just kind of build up in the soil. And that's why in a lot of states, they don't even allow you, like a lot of states, they don't even sell fertilizer anymore that have phosphorus in it. Like you'll see, like if you want to see a cool experiment, get on like Amazon, look at fertilizers, or go to like, not in Georgia, because we still sell everything, but I mean, look at a lot of fertilizers. You'll see a lot of fertilizers these days. It'll be like a nitrogen number, 0, and then the potassium number. It'll be like, a 10, a 27, 0, 12 or something, like like a lot of the ProScape. The ProScape that I like to use is I forget the exact number. I think it's like a 25, 0, 14 or something like that. But a lot more and more, a lot of fertilizers are not including phosphorus. And here's the thing: you look at my soil test results, you obviously don't need it. Like I didn't put any down in my lawn at all. Granted, my levels were optimal, but just by, again, adding that carbon regimen to my lawn program, it made that phosphorus available, and my levels are now high. So if I had been applying fertilizer that contained phosphorus, I'd end up way higher than I need to be. So in a vacuum, yes, a 1010 at this time of year is probably okay. Primarily, and I say that primarily from the nitrogen standpoint, but I would do a soil test and I'd apply fertilizers that contain phosphorus only if you actually need to. If you are wondering where to get a soil test, or if you don't have one yet, go to My Soil, and you can use this link to grab one. The soil test looks something like this, and they're super easy to use. Like literally, I think I've got a video on doing a soil test that's like really, really easy. Walks through the entire process of doing it. It'll take you 10 minutes if you're slow to get it done. You get your results back in a week, and then you will be able to intelligently put stuff down on your lawn based on actual data instead of just kind of guessing. But in a nutshell, yeah, 1010 is probably safe. Let's see. Sunny Bermuda also did his last full fert 1.5 weeks ago. Cool. Joe Sanchez, I really appreciate your knowledge and help. I have some areas around the house that need to be seeded. Let me put that here so everyone can see what I'm reading. Need to be seeded. When is the best time to seed Bermuda? I live in Jefferson, Georgia. So Jose, depending on what kind of seed you're using, if you're using like one of the more expensive seeds, like an Arden 15, or one of the more expensive Bermuda cultivars, depending on what you're what you're trying to put down, I would not do it now. You need soil temps to be consistently above 65 degrees for overseeding to work well. And you also want, I'd say a couple of months. You want to have 6 to 8 weeks of solid growth for that new grass before it gets sees like frost or really cold weather. You don't want it to be straight. You want it to be established. You want to have a good root system before it has to go dormant. So I don't know that I would really overseed now. The best time to seed is like in the spring. So like May, whenever soil temps are getting up, they're beginning on the rise. May is probably the best time to do it if you can. I wouldn't necessarily do it now, and especially not if you're using one of the more expensive seeds, because seed's expensive and you don't want to waste it. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. We have. Do I use preventative fungicide on the fall? Sid, yes, I do. So what I use is a product called Caravan G. It is a combination product. It is a combination insecticide and fungicide. I will give you a link to it here. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it on Do My Own. I would try and get it on Do My Own before Amazon, because Amazon's prices tend to be a little bit inflated. Do My Own typically has it, and their pricing is usually a little bit better. But yes, I do use that because, yeah, I mean, it's not going to hurt. Caravan G, really, you can get away with really applying it once per year. But if you want to do it once in the spring and then another time in the fall, sure, that's a great option. If all you care about is just a fungicide, like, so you don't want an insecticide along with it. Again, I use the Caravan G because it keeps ants and grub worms and that kind of stuff out of my lawn, which is like, you think fungus is bad for your lawn? If you get a grubworm infestation, that will like seriously ruin your turf. So that's why I like to use a product that has an insecticide and a fungicide in it. However, strictly speaking, it is not the best fungicide to use. If you want, if all you care about is a fungicide, like say you've got all your insecticide covered and all you want is a really good fungicide, what you want to use is a product called Headway G, also from Syngenta. And I'll get you links to that here. The Headway G is better than the Caravan because it contains 2 active ingredients, whereas the Caravan G only contains 1, and the insecticide active ingredient, the Headway G contains 2. So the Headway G will take care, has the active ingredient that'll take care of dollar spot in addition to a lot of more common lawn funguses, whereas Caravan G only has the 1. So if all you care about is the best fungicide, go with the Headway G. If you want a combination product, which is what I use, go with the Caravan G. So that hopefully that helps. And yes, I would do it. It's a good idea to keep lawn fungus out of the lawn. It's nasty stuff. It will ruin your lawn. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We've got, I got a question about Caravan G, Bermuda grass, Dimmy and Sunny going back and forth. Guys, I really appreciate you guys chiming in on the live stream, man. This is a lot of fun. It's cool. It's cool because it's funny. They always say one of the best ways to learn something is to teach it. So, it's good to have these questions come at me hot and heavy. It makes me do more research and do more, make sure I can answer your questions, do a better job with the content for you guys. Let's see. So Chris Dada asked another question. He says, did a soil test and need heavy lime. Best now or in the spring? Now. You can do it now. I mean, because here's the thing too, guys. When it comes to pH, it's not something that you are going to fix. Most people anyway aren't going to fix it all in one swoop. You're not going to be able to apply, tons of lime to your lawn all at one time to really raise your pH levels. So I would do it now. So I would apply the lime now and do another. Get ready to drink, guys. Another soil test. Time to drink. Do your lime application now. Do a soil test probably 3 months from now and see how it's trending. Because remember, soil testing is very much a spot and time type thing, and also adjusting pH. pH is not a static thing; it's a moving target. So throughout the season, it moves around. But what you're looking to see, and soil testing will tell you this, is if your pH is very low, so you're getting the recommendation to add lime to your soil. You add the lime now. Wait a few months so that it can be absorbed by the soil and things taking effect, and then measure again. And just as long as you are trending the right way, then you're on the right track. So, I would not wait till spring, because really think about it. If you can get the soil pH closer to where it needs to be now, that means in the spring, your grass is going to look just that much better. You're going to get a better green up. The grass is going to be healthier. You're going to get more out of your products. It's just there's no reason to not do it now. Absolutely. I absolutely would do your lime application now, because it's probably going to take more, depending on where you are. I don't know what your pH levels are are. You didn't tell me, but if you're way off, it's probably going to take more than one application to get things right. So get started now. Absolutely. Well, Demi, I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm glad you guys have it, enjoying the live stream. I started adding this because I wanted something to be able to engage with you guys over over the dormancy periods, like whenever the Bermuda starts to go dormant, I'm not going to have grass to mow. And I can mow like the brown grass and send you guys videos of that, but that's not going to add a ton of value. So I figured that having a live stream is going to be a great way to continue to interact with you guys, answer your questions. It's also what's going to do too, it's going to force me to learn a lot more about cool season grasses, because in the winter months, it's going to be the cool season guys are going to be chiming in saying, "Hey, Ron, what do you think about this?" So it's going to force me to get better, which is why I'm doing this. I really like answering you guys' questions, but that's part of why I started the live stream, because it's going to be a way for me to continue to interact with you guys over time. Josh, what kind of spreader are you using? Let's see his question. I'll throw it up here. I bought a Chapin with the giant wheels. I just don't think it's very good. Why are they so expensive? I don't use a Chapin spreader. I don't know what their spreaders look like. The one I use is this one. It's from Earthway. So I can find it here. Earthway spreader. I think it's a 2050. Yep, there we go. Bam. This is it. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. So this is the spreader that Ron is using right here. There you go. Actually, let me put the beginning of this so you guys can know what this is for. This is for the spreader. There we go. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. So it's this one. Let me get it up here and go to, yep, there we go. Cool. So let's go to Chrome and Earthway. Cool. There we go. Yep. So this is what I'm using. I'm using the even spread. This is a great spreader. They make a couple different ones. There's this one. There's anything in the 2050 line is pretty good. But there's also, the 2050, there's the even spread one. This one is also a good one. This has the air tires in it. This is actually my model. I told you guys wrong. This is the one I actually have. Like the one you guys see in the videos is this guy right here. So I really like this spreader. It's got the inflated wheels, so it works pretty well over uneven surfaces. I finally did have something in a part of it break on me, believe it or not. The way those works, if you guys are interested, I might do a video on it. It's an easy fix. But there's a cotter pin that goes through one of the wheels that turns the axle that drives the spreader, the rotating portion that throws out the product. And that cotter pin broke, so I just had to take it to get another one, stick it in there, and bend it, and away you go. So if you guys are interested, I'll do a quick video on that showing you guys, hey, there's the things that might break if you get an even spread. But overall, it's been really good. It's been a great product as far as spreaders go. I went through a bunch of the Scott's ones. I probably had 3 of the Scott's ones, and they are good. I'm not hating on Scott's spreaders, but as far as ones that it just rides better over uneven ground and just handles heavier loads better, I really like that one I just linked to you guys. It's a great product. Let's see what else we got here in the comments. Tyler, Solution Pest Control has best pressure carry NG. Cool. Let's see. So Tyler asks, what is the cost per 1,000 square feet for all the different applications you use? My lawn is 20,000 square feet. Wondering which way I should go if I can afford all this next season. That's a great question. I'll have to do a video doing a breakdown on that. I can tell you that the good example, like the Carbon Pro L, right? The liquid product. You apply that at once. So the first initial application is 2 ounces per 1,000, and then it becomes 1 ounce per 1,000 after that. And the product is, we'll call it $300 for 2.5 gallons. So it goes a really long way. So I have to do the math to be able to tell you. But let's say you have 20,000 square feet. So let me do some quick math here. If you take 320,000, let's see here, 320. And we divide that by 20. So in your case, you're going to get 16 applications out of it. So hopefully that might help. So like you figure $300 you can get 16 applications. So if we take the $300 and we divide that by 16, so it's going to cost you $18, $19 per application for the Carbon Pro L product, for the liquid product. So I just did that one a quick and dirty on that one, Tyler. And that is among the more expensive. That is probably the most expensive product that I use on my lawn. It's a Carbon Pro L. So, and it's for 20,000 square feet. It's going to cost you just under $20 per application. So definitely not cheap, but not bad. For the Carbon Pro G, so if you apply it at the Ron Henry rate, so the full send rate, you're going to get 4,000 square feet per bag. So you're going to need 5 bags, and 5 bags at say $30 a bag. You're looking at what, $150? So that's not going to be cheap. But that's about what you have. 20,000 square feet, man. You got a big lawn. It's a lot. It's going to cost some money to feed that bad boy. But that gives you an idea. So it's it's not inexpensive, but that gives you an idea of what you're looking like. I mean, the Carbon Pro L is the most expensive, and you're looking at just under $20 an application for that. So hopefully that helps. If you guys are interested in that, I can do a video where I break it down, like the cost per app for each of the products. Now and I'll use the pricing on like regular retail pricing, and I can do a breakdown video if that's going to be useful to you guys. Just let me know in the comments below, and I will work on it. That will take a little while because I gotta be a lot of math, and I had to make it interesting. I can't just pull up like a bunch of numbers. People don't want to watch that, but I will work on it if you guys want me to create a video like that. Hope that helps. Ed says ProCal, Solid Cal is good stuff and it will raise your pH levels. If your Cal and Mag are low as well, it will take a couple of years. Yep, so it's a good point. So to Ed's point, I want to throw it up, but he makes a really good point that changing your pH levels, depending on how out of whack they are, is a process. It's not something you're going to fix right away. It could take several years to do it. So to answer the question that I got earlier is, yeah, absolutely start now. The best time to fix your soil pH was yesterday. Then the second best time is today. Get ready. Mind Business asks, when do you start raising your mowing height in preparation for winter? I don't. Take a drink. Oh. I don't. I cut my lawn at 0.70 until like into October, and then I just stopped cutting it. And here's the thing: when it begins to go dormant, the Bermuda still grows. It just grows at a much lower rate. So I don't really change the height of cut with my lawn. I've never done that. I mean, I can see how there could be some benefits to it if you, especially if you're in a place that gets a lot of where it gets really cold. So if you're dealing with a warm season grass, you want to get that insulation going where it's less stress for the grass when the cold weather hits. But I've never done it. I've never had a problem with it. I mean, my lawn literally, if you guys see the videos, it is one of the first ones. It's one of the last ones to go into dormancy, and it's one of the first ones to come out of dormancy. So I've never seen a reason to really change the height of cut dramatically in preparation for winter. I just stopped cutting the grass, just stopped mowing it. Recommendation, new or old, 10,000 reel mowers. Recommendation, new or old. Okay, so Sid asked a question, and you guys can chime in on this one, guys. It's a good one. Recommendation, new or old. I have 10,000 square foot lawn. Have an area that slopes 50 degrees. 50 degrees is, let me see, 45 is like this. So 50 is like more. So probably a true cut. If I had to recommend it, if you can only have one reel mower, and again, depends on what your budget is like. So I would go true cut. Primarily because they're not obscenely expensive. I mean, new, you're looking at, you're looking at just over $2,000 with the roller. And if you're gonna get one with the roller option. And then pre-owned, you can pick them up for anywhere between $650 to $900. So that's about the going rate for a pre-owned true cut that's in good shape, been taken care of, has been serviced, all that jazz. So if I could have like one reel mower, and again, this is based on my recommendations. I mean, I'm sure once I get down there's tons of guys that are going to chime in with other mowers. But I can only tell you based on what I've used. My true cut has been rock solid. I mean, it's been it's a tank. And honestly, the True Cut is from an engine standpoint. The engine on the True Cut is better than the engines on that Toro Greensmaster. The Greensmaster mower is quieter, but the True Cut, I've owned that mower for 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years. I've never, not once, whenever I forget to turn the actual power switch on, there's never been a single time when I've had the power switch on, like it's in the position where it actually will start, where it's not started on the first pull. Not one time. From the time I bought it up until like 3 days ago when I mowed the lawn before the big rain came down. It's never not started the first time. So if you get one with the Honda GX engine, and they're rock solid. And my neighbor that turned me on to that mower, guy named Pat, he has one, and his is like 22 years old. So if you take care of them, you don't leave them out in the rain, and you do your maintenance, they'll last a really long time. So for me, if you only have one mower, a True Cut would be a good one. Also because you're dealing with that 50-degree slope, Sideth. I'm sorry, Sid Harth. The issue is that you can use the Greensmaster can work on that, but you're going to want to do it when the turf is drier and it's more challenging. It's just not as easy to use as the True Cut. The True Cut has those tractor tires, so it will deal with uneven surfaces better. It's just for what you're talking about. I would go True Cut. The 27-inch is going to produce really nice wider stripes, but I would look at your lawn and make sure that there's no areas that are super narrow where you might need to go with like a 25-inch. I have the 25-inch because there's an area between my lawn and Alex's lawn that I can only cut it with a 25-inch mower. 27 is too wide, so just that's your option. So I would go 27 or 25-inch on the True Cut, and definitely get one that's the with the GX motor, because that's the Honda engine. That's the one to get, and you're not gonna have any problems with it. Kyle asks, do I still have the RS? No, I do not have the RS anymore. I have a Supra now though, and I'm tempted to start a channel where I just to start a channel just to do a review on the Supra, and just send all the guys that ask all my RS content to say, hey, this is the review of the car that I'm driving now. But no, I don't have the RS anymore. I haven't had it for several years. Yeah, so let me see. Chris Dada says average pH is 5.5. That's a little bit that's on the low side. I mean, you're not. I mean, that's not terra low, but you definitely want to get that up. We want to get that higher. So yeah, I would do the lime now, Chris. That's a great thanks for chiming in with that. Definitely start doing your lime now, and it will begin coming up. Let's see. Ed says Milorganite will raise your iron to the max as indicated in the soil test. That's true, Ed. However, I have not applied any Milorganite. I didn't apply any Milorganite after in June. So I applied you guys remember when I did the video series earlier this year? What I put Milorganite down like in the spring, and I was cataloging how long it takes for Milorganite to begin working in the progress of the lawn and green up and all this kind of stuff. Like that's the last time I applied Milorganite. I haven't applied any since then. So I guess we could say that yes, technically that could like the carbon coupled with any residual Milorganite would raise iron levels, but I didn't apply any in the 3 months, between June and when I did the soil test. So it could be, but no, I haven't done that. And also, if you look at Tony's lawn, which I don't have his soil test, I should have gotten that for you guys, but that his lawn is soil tests are also in this video that I'm going to be releasing soon. His iron levels are also higher too, and his lawn has never seen Milorganite. So I don't think it's the Milo. If anything, it's the Brand Supreme Green. It's not the Milorganite. I don't believe. Jose Sanchez asked a question. What fall pre-emergent do you use? I know you use Spectracide to seed question. I'm thinking of using Arden 15 if available. Thanks for the help. So for fall pre-emergent, I use Spectracide. This is what I use for fall pre-emergent. Let me get in here and I'll show you guys that. There it is. So the weed stop for Spectracide, this is what I use for my fall pre-emergent. I've already applied it. And the reason why I like this, and I've done a video on this. If you guys look at the channel, I'll see if I can dig it up here and I'll throw it in the chat for you guys to see that. The reason why I like this is that it only lasts for about 5 months. It's a great pre-emergent. It's not going to damage your lawn, your turf grass, and it only lasts for 5 months, which is good for someone like me that is toying with the idea of overseeding in the spring. Because if you use some of the more exotic pre-emergents like your Spectacle Flow, like the ones from Bayer, like the high-end ones, the ones that work really well. In those cases, those will work like 10 months to a year. So you're going to be out of gas as far as being able to continue to overseed if that's something you're planning on doing. If you're thinking about using Arden 15, I would not use one of those super high-end pre-emergents, something like the Spectacle. I would use something like the Spectracide because it only lasts for 5 months or so. So when springtime rolls around, you're good to go. M Pro, yeah, Sonny gave a good suggestion there. M Pro makes a good spreader. Yeah, I mean, spend a little bit more money on the spreader because it makes a difference, man. It's not a hassle to use, and you're a lot less likely to spill your product. You're less likely to have a fertilizer burn like that fertilizer burn I had. Yeah, you just don't you just get invest in good equipment because it's gonna be less hassle for you in the long run. Let's see. It says, for some reason, Romex says, for some reason, spectricide weed for lawn is not available in the Dallas area. Does it contain any banned herbicides? I don't think so. What's in it is, it's got dicamba. No, I don't think it has any banned herbicides. It might have some that are banned or not, for sale in Dallas or in Texas, but it's no, I've not heard of it being banned. I mean, it's sold in at Home Depot. Like Home Depot typically carries it. Can you get it on Amazon? Check that link I tried and see if you can get it on Amazon if they'll ship it to you. I've not heard of it being banned in Dallas for any reason. Let's see. Ryan Falgot asked, what's my thoughts on Anderson's PGF Complete Fertilizer? I've never used it, Ryan, so I can't really say. I know Anderson's makes a lot of really high quality products. I know they're a little bit more expensive, but you know, like anything, if it's good, you're going to pay for it, right? But I've never used it, so I can't really comment as to the product. I'm sure it's probably fine, but I've never used it, so I don't want to really levy an opinion on a product I've never used or really look deeply into. Let's see. So yeah, Alan says at 1 inch along November, I was scalped back to 0.5 inch and then maintained at that. And then Dimi says, I'm catching up here in the comments. People raise their height of cut to prevent winter damage. I don't do that. Yep. So there you go, guys. So I mean, as far as like raising your height of cut in the winter, you can do it. I've just never. I can only speak from my experience. I've never done it, and I've had really good results with my lawn. If any of you guys are new that are just joining this stream and you've not smashed the like button yet, please do that. Give me a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the content, enjoying the video. Helps me out, helps the YouTube algorithm out, makes it to where YouTube will show this to more people, which will help the channel. So if you guys have not given me a like yet, please by all means feel free to punish that like button. Let's see. So I have a question here from Randy Zuckerman. He says, Ron, how possible would it be for you to take a look at a video I'm getting ready to post and give me some advice? I have no clue where to start and the products in your video aren't available. I'd be more than happy to take a look at it, Randy. If you want, send me the video, a link to the video here at ron@ron-henry.com. Send me the link. I'm assuming it's on YouTube. But yeah, send me a link to the video there. I'll be happy to look at it and give you any advice, any pointers that I can. Happy to help out. Happy to share any of my knowledge with you guys. I'm not sure if you're saying that if you're trying to start a YouTube channel or whatever, but I'll help you out as far as stuff that I've tried that I know works and things that you definitely want to get right in your content. And then as far as like your lawn advice, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, send me an email there and we will get you sorted out. Yep. Sonny says he loves his Honda, his Outlet house. That's right. Sonny's got the Outlet, man. If you guys want to see a cool reel mower, check out Sonny Bermuda's channel. He's got, I think he did like an unboxing video and he goes into all the cartridges and everything. The Outlet is actually a really cool reel mower. So if you guys are that are in the market for a reel mower, you're looking for something that's kind of cool that has like, I think it's a scarifier, a dethatcher. It's got all these different like modules you can stick in there. You get like multiple machines in one instead of just having just a lawnmower. Like the Outlet's kind of cool to check out. So check out Sonny's channel. I think he's got a video on that. That's actually, I thought was pretty good when I looked at it. Let's see. Alan, I would love to have a sulky from a True Cut. I've seen those. I've never actually seen one. I've never actually seen someone actually use one. I've seen them in pictures, but I've never actually seen someone use a sulky on a True Cut. It looks cool, but on my lawn, it would be a disaster because can you imagine me trying to go down that hill on the sulky? That would be, I bet you guys would like to see that video. It'd be pretty entertaining. Let's see. At John D, how long do you see results? See, I use Ironite granular with great results. So Ironite I've never used, but I want to say if Ironite is like any of the other granular fertilizer products or iron products, typically within 7 to 10 days, you should start seeing pretty good results with it. I think Ironite is one of those ones that you have to be careful that I believe it will stain your driveway, or at least the old formulation would stain your driveway if you get any of it on there. I'm not sure if the new one will, but something to keep in mind if you decide to go with that one. Scott's Green Max used to be the same way, but I think they changed their formulation. So Iron may have done the same thing. I might be giving you like old knowledge as far as that product goes, but it's a great product for if all you want to do is put down iron. Kyle C, what's my opinion on Swordman reel mowers? I can't really have one because I've never used one. They look cool. They look, as far as like if a reel mower was a style contest, Swordsman is right up there. They make a good looking lawnmower. But I've never actually used one, so I can't say for sure as far as whether they're good or bad. I mean, the videos that I've seen, they look like they're a quality mower, but I've never actually used one. I've actually seen a lawn cut with one to be able to say, but I'm sure they're fine. I mean, they wouldn't be selling them like they do if they were not good mowers. John D says it takes a week, give or take a week. So that's what I thought. So let's see. T Bennett, I'm at war with moles. So with that, so what I've been told about that, I've been doing some research into that based on a question I got last week. From what I understand, that moles will eat the grub worms. So if you get rid of the grub worms, you will reduce the mole population because you're basically taking away their food source. So if you have grubs in your lawn, you have grub worms in your lawn, like work on eliminating those. That will probably help moving you towards where you need to be with your with the mole problem. As a good product, there's a couple products for getting rid of grub worms. The one that I like that I use that once I found it, I switched to it. I never looked back. Is a product called Caravan G. It's a great product because it will kill active grub worms, and also once I ever started using it, I have no problems with grub worms in my lawn anymore. Alternatively, there is a product called, I think it's from Scott's, it's called Grub X. This is a decent product. There's also a product called Milky Spore. If you're looking for something that's more organic route, you can go with Milky Spore. The problem with Milky Spore is that it needs certain temperatures to work, and but it also builds up in the soil. It's one of those things that once you get it to build up in the soil, it kills grub worms for many years. It basically pretty much makes it where grub worms just you won't have that problem in your lawn anymore. But it does take a while to begin working and to build up, and that is based on soil temperature, if memory serves me correctly. And as far as the Caravan G, you can get it one of those two places. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it on Do My Own. Do My Own typically has a better price on it. Sonny, thank you so much for chiming in, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for chiming in. And let's see. So we have questions about where to apply the Spectricide. Yep, Spectricide, when you put it down, make sure you put it down on wet grass. And then Ryan Falgout asks, do you know if Carbon Pro G uses DG particles to help the carbon biochar reach deeper in the soil versus just sitting in the upper layers? I do not know, Ryan, but I will save that question, and I will actually ask the fine people at Miramichi Green that question. So I'll ask them, does it use DG particles, Carbon Pro G? I will find out, and I will in the next live stream I'll say that I'll make that one of my talking points to say, hey, anyone wants to answer the GG's question, that is the answer. So I'll find out for you. I don't know, but I'll find out. Ron Jeremy asks, hey Ron, are you in the IT business? I am in the IT business. I work in information security. Any suggestions how to get in the market or how to do a video on getting into the industry? I could do a video on that. I don't like to do cross-content type stuff. So what I will do, Jeremy, that's a good question. I'll create a video. I probably just create another channel for all these like sidebar questions. I'll create a video on my recommendations of my discussions about IT and where I would go in it and the best way to get into it. I'll do that. That's actually something I enjoy talking about. So I'll put something like that together for you, and I'll work on creating another channel, which won't take me very long, and I'll post that there. So something else I will say, I'll make a note about that. So IT getting started for Jeremy. Jeremy, if you wouldn't mind, drop me an email. If you don't mind, drop me an email here, ron@ron-henry.com. And I will send you a link to the video once it's ready, once I post it. 'Cause I actually could film the video really quickly, but I don't want to post it to this channel because this channel is all about lawn care, and I don't want people to be like, Ron, why are you doing this? Cheryl, thank you so much for stopping in. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much, Cheryl. Have an amazing evening. Thanks for coming in. I know you got a long day tomorrow. Thanks again. But yeah, Jeremy, I will do that. Just drop me an email and I will send it to you. See you once I have it done. Ryan has a question. For leveling, what are your thoughts on using a mixture of topsoil and compost versus just sand? I've actually answered this question in a video, Ryan. But the long and short of it is for if leveling is your primary goal, then you should use river sand. You can use a compost topsoil blend if you want to also introduce some organic material into the soil. But honestly, the more I think about it, after seeing the results I got, the second time I top dressed this year using on Alex's and my lawn using 100% sand, I lean more and more towards that 100% river sand because one, you get a much better job as far as leveling, and as far as adding organic material, just use like the Carbon Pro G. Like that's going to add that compost and biochar to the soil, and that's probably the route that I would recommend. As far as pros and cons go. So for the pure sand, you're going to get a better leveling job. With the blend, you're going to get some organic material. The negatives are you are much more likely, and I see much more like a lot more likely to introduce weeds into your lawn when you do the soil compost blend than you are if you use 100% river sand. So that's one negative. So unless you're gonna put down like a pre-emergent or something after you top dress with your soil sand blend, I'd probably go more for just sand. You can get great results with both, but given the choice between the two, if you're asking me like what I'd recommend, just if you can, do the Carbon Pro G and then do 100% sand. Worst case, you can also do the soil compost blend and then just do a pre-emergent afterwards to prevent control any weeds that may have gotten introduced into your lawn. Hope that helps. Ryan Norris uses a swordsman. There you go. That's enough for me because it's Ryan has an amazing looking lawn. So there you go. Sonny has a great mower on the outlet. Yep. Desmond, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see. He has a question here. A super chat from Desmond. He says, I overseed with RN15 in June. Is too soon to throw down some pre-emergent? It looks pretty dense and luscious at this moment. We love the content, man. Yeah, you're let me see, June, so July, August. Yeah, you should be good now, man. At this point, the RN15 should be fairly well established. It should. Applying a pre-emergent now should be just fine. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Use that Spectracide or whatever your pre-emergent of choice is. But yeah, now is probably just fine. Especially if the grass is established, it's growing well, it's nice and dense. So you've been cutting it and it's looking good. By all means. Thank you so much for watching the content, man. I truly, truly appreciate it. It's pretty, I'm glad that you're finding it useful. So Dimi says, I've not had good luck leveling with topsoil. It breaks down too fast, in the same place. Yeah, so Dimi makes a good point in the sense that I would not do 100% topsoil. Like that, absolutely not. Like a 70-30 blend is about the sweet spot where you're going to get like most of the leveling benefits while still introducing some of that organic material. But yeah, I would not do 100% topsoil. Like you're gonna get a year out of it. I wouldn't do that. It's a lot of work, and you're gonna end up right where you started. I mean, the primary job of top dressing, for most cases, in our case, is to level the lawn, and sand is the best medium if leveling is your goal. Yeah, leveling is your goal. So hope that helps. Thanks for chiming in, Dimmy. That's good to have great feedback. Awesome. Only one X asks, how do you kill grass you don't want? It depends on the grass. It depends on the grass, which grass you want and which one you don't want. Like I think, if memory serves me, there's like some grass types where like killing them, it's hard to kill them without killing the Bermuda too. So for example, if you have like centipede and Bermuda, like I don't know, and if someone in the comment knows, I don't believe there's a selective herbicide you can use anyway that will kill the centipede and not also damage the Bermuda. So it's a tough question to answer, one and only Mr. XY, without knowing the grass types. If you let me know the grass types, I can put some research into it, and recommend a product for you. If you don't mind, drop me an email here. That's my email address, ron@ron-henry.com. Let me know what the grass types, the one you want to keep and the one you want to get rid of, and then I'll see what options we can come up with for getting you a product that will knock out the one that you don't want to have. So hopefully that is useful. Absolutely. So yeah, that's a tough one, man, because you really want to be careful about that. Monique Jones, definitely gotta add this one. Monique Jones is just join the live stream. If you guys, and Monique, if you've not yet liked the content, definitely give me a like, guys. It helps the content, helps the algorithm, and lets YouTube know that you guys are liking what I'm doing. Monique asks, how often and when should we aerate our lawn? Great question. Kind of like anything that does trauma to your lawn, you want to do when the turf is actively growing. So ideally, late April, early May is a good time to do it because the lawn's going to recover faster. I've done it earlier than that, and I've not gotten bad results. I've aerated as early as like late March, and I still got a pretty good result with the way of the season of how the grass came out. The big thing is that if you want the grass to recover quickly, in other words, if you don't want to have like the holes, your lawn looking like a porcupine rolled on it for very long, you want to wait until the grass is actively growing. So May is probably the ideal time to aerate. Some people wait till the summer. You can do it then too, but I like to get it done earlier in the season, especially if you're going to overseed. Like if I'm going to overseed, I will aerate and then I will overseed because that also opens up the turf, breaks up compaction, softens up the soil a little bit, and improves seed to soil contact. So I would not do it now. I mean, you could, but I really wouldn't do it now. Whenever the grass is actively growing is when you really want to aerate. So May and throughout the summer, all the way into like early August are all good times to aerate your lawn. Hope that helps. Thank you so much for chiming in. Thanks so much for chiming in. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Ryan, you're very welcome on the leveling answer. I'm glad other people chimed in too because it's leveling with topsoil. A lot of people do it, but your weeds are like the big reason why I'm not a huge fan of doing that. And also because I've done both. I've done like with sand, 100% sand, and with a sand soil blend, and you get a better result, especially if you're dealing with a slope. 100% sand is going to do better because it's not going to move around as much, especially when it rains, than you will with a topsoil blend. So just something to keep in mind if you are gonna if you're looking for something as far as between those two. There's another thing I didn't really mention for slopes. Definitely 100% sand all the way. Like on my lawn, what you guys will see the front lawn now, the way it looks, that smooth surface we got now is mainly from primarily 100% sand, like when we did Alex's lawn. So it does a great job. Yep, I hate Nuts Edge too, man. It really, really, really stinks. You're very welcome, one and only Mr. It's 4 a.m. It's 4 at your house, man, dude. Thank you so much for staying up this late and chiming in, man. I really appreciate it. I know it's late, and I appreciate you having to work. Dimmy, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I enjoy. Thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for showing the support. Well, guys, we are at 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'll hang out for a little bit more and take some more questions because there's still a bunch of you guys on here. I don't want to keep you up too late, but I also want to answer your questions. And you guys gave me some good things to research for the next time we do this. If there's any other questions that you guys have, or if you guys also think about something else outside of this live stream, definitely feel free to drop me an email. Again, my email is this right here, ron@ron-henry. Don't forget the hyphen, ron@ron-henry.com. You can email me there, and I will do my best to help out, to answer your questions. Also, if you guys wouldn't mind, if you have any of your friends, because since you guys are getting kind of read in, right? You're in the lawn care community now, right? You guys are all getting on the Ron Henry program. If you guys have any friends that are looking for tips to getting their lawn better, definitely recommend the channel. If you want to give them a quick video or a quick link, say, hey, go here. Go to ron-henry.com/quick tips. It's super easy to remember, ron-henry.com/quick tips. Right, you go there, and that will take them to that video I have on 90 seconds of how to improve your lawn, and it works for all grass types. What's in that video? It's really helpful content. So hope you guys find it. Monique, I'm not sure if we're coming over as yet. I will have to check out and see. We haven't decided. I'd like to. We'll see depending on how bad karate is tomorrow. How well, what kind of pain they put us through. I'll be able to tell you whether or not coming over is gonna be a thing. Not ruled out yet, but just wanna not 100% sure yet. Let's see. David has another question. He says, my St. Aug grass keeps seeding and making my yard look brown from all the seed heads. How long does that usually last? Okay, so for St. Aug, if it's like most grass types, seed heads are a response to stress. Like Bermuda, typically what you'll find with Bermuda is it'll begin coming out of dormancy, and then as soon as summer begins to hit, like summer months, like the summer heat begins to hit, it like shocks the grass, and it's like a survival tactic. The grass is like saying, oh my God, it's getting hot. I need to produce seeds and like send seeds out into the ether so that my offspring shall live on, right? So that's pretty much what, so seed heads are in many cases a stress response. So is your grass getting enough water? That's something to consider. You might want to pick up your watering. PGR, if you can find if you just start using like plant growth regulator on St. Augustine, that can help cut down on seed heads. It's something that I've used with pretty good success. And as far as how long they last, typically, I mean, with Bermuda, it's typically a few weeks in Georgia. You get a few weeks of seed heads. Like once the lawn gets into summer and it kind of stabilizes and get used to that summer heat, again, assuming you're putting water on it, the grass tends to stop producing as many seed heads. But typically when you're transitioning from spring into summer and that heat hits, that's when the seed heads will really start spiking up. And the way you can take care of that is to use a product uses like PGR. Use like a plant growth regulator that will suppress them. If you are looking for a plant growth regulator that you can try out, the one that I recommend for most home lawns is called Tenex. It's not that hard to use. It's not terribly expensive, and that is the one that I would go with. David, I didn't put David's question up here, but this is that link I just put down on the Tenex is in response to that. What powered sprayer do you use? So Ryan, I have a Chapin or Chapin, depending on how you pronounce it, backpack sprayer. I also got one. I also recently, I need to do a review on it for you guys. I also recently got a sprayer from FlowZone. I got what's the big one? It's a Typhoon. I got one of those. It took me forever to get one too. It took like 5 weeks for that thing to come in. But I have the Chapin, which my plan is that going forward, whenever I'm doing herbicides, or if I decide to start using, if I want to start trying out a different product that like another pre-emergent that I'm going to spray broadly across the lawn, that's a liquid, then I will use the Chapin for that, and I will keep the FlowZone for doing like my fertilizers and carbon products and those kinds of things. I wanted to try different backpack spray, and the FlowZone is pretty incredible. It's expensive. It's more expensive than the Chapin, and it should be, but it's an amazing backpack sprayer. It's like using a pressure washer on your lawn when you're putting the stuff down. if you guys are interested, I'll do a review on it so you guys can see all about that. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. I will continue making the content for you guys. Love you guys too, guys. Thanks for chiming in, Monique and Brett and Dave says you've been watering. I started doing that after I fertilized a couple of weeks. I live in Louisiana. I don't know that the fertilizer shouldn't produce seed heads. Again, seed heads are typically a stress response. So try, if you're open to it, try PGR, try plant growth regulator. If you're going to do plant growth regulator, like you're getting close to where like the last time around that you want to do it. I won't do it much later than right now, depending on where in Louisiana you are and how soon it's going to start getting cool there. Russell, thank you so much for coming in, man. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching the content. If you guys are not a subscriber, if any of you guys are on the live stream, then you're not yet a subscriber. Hope you guys found some value out of the content and will consider subscribing. Also, be sure to tell your friends and everyone else about the live stream. I'm going to continue to do these. I don't know if Friday nights is going to always be that the time, but I mean, it seems to work well for you guys. I was thinking about doing it on Saturdays, but then that's going to kind of kill my ability to go out and do stuff on the weekends because then I have to be back in time for the live stream. So we'll probably keep it on Friday nights for a while, but we shall see long-term how this works out. But I'm super excited and super glad with the response I'm getting, that you guys are getting value out of the content. Again, be sure to share that link if you guys don't mind, ron-henry.com/quick tips. It'd really help me out. It's like the gateway into how to fix your lawn. And so any of your friends that are asking questions on how to improve your lawn, that would be the way to go. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Again, like as always, please like, share. If you're not yet a subscriber, you guys are on the live stream, consider subscribing. What you're seeing in the live stream is just a taste of what I do in all my videos. I try to post regularly. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, guys. I will see you guys next time. You guys be sure to watch out for some new content coming out on Monday. And we'll catch up again next weekend on next Friday. I've got some homework to do, and should be great. Again, you guys have a great evening. I'll see you guys next time.